This week on Gridlife Digest, we talk about problematic public figures, Black Friday horror stories, contemporary versus escapist fiction, and the modern console war, iPhone versus Android, next. Welcome to the November 15th edition of Gridlife Digest, the weekly culture and gaming podcast, and the #1 Workman's Comp podcast. My name is Noah Frescop, and joining me this week is the MILF man, Micah Benfett.
2 hops, no stops. Let's go.
Two crops. I don't know. Bad Dad, Max Meyer.
Hello. What's up, guys?
And simply the one and only Eli Shaw.
Hello.
So, every Wednesday, each of us chooses a topic for conversation, and we recommend a piece of media for the group and audience to check out. You can get this show on iTunes, YouTube, and Google Play every Wednesday, and be sure to check out gridlifedigest.com to see all the content in one place. While you're at it, follow us on all of our social media platforms, at Gridlife Digest on Twitter, and at Gridlife Digest Pod on Facebook and Instagram, so you never miss what's happening. Announcements. Max has written his first ever video game review of Assassin's Creed Origins, and is now available on the site as an article and as a video on our YouTube channel. Check out these new reviews, give us some feedback. And we've also recorded the first episode of our new Super Mario Love Letters miniseries that will go up on our regular channels this Friday. And speaking of Assassin's Creed Origins and Super Mario, what have you guys been playing? Start us off, Eli.
I've been playing that sweet, sweet Mario Odyssey.
Oh, it's
Finally got
sweet.
My Switch back
It's
from
sweet
my
indeed.
mom.
How was that reuniting? Like that, just like coming back together. How was that?
I had it in my bed next to me, but I didn't play Mario because I was like, let me save this to finally put this thing on the TV.
Damn.
And it was beautiful seeing that T-Rex up there on the big screen.
Majestic as ever.
Oh yeah. And I've been playing nonstop. Like any free time I get, I'm playing Mario now.
Damn.
I'm bringing my Switch to work, taking it to
Seems
lunch.
legit.
You know, people looking at me like, "Oh, is that the Nintendo Switch?" I'm like, "Yes, it's the Switch. Let me play this Mario. Gotta
Just-
get through it."
Leave me alone. I need my moons.
Yep.
Leave me alone.
Yes. I think I have like 98 moons right now.
Healthy amount of moons.
Yeah, and I
Respectable.
just got to New Donk City.
Hell yeah.
That's probably my favorite level. It's really good.
Shout out to Alex Van Aken, OK Beast, for that New Donk City radio theme. It's been stuck in my head since the day it was released. I
New
love
Donk
it.
City Radio. Also, just go follow those guys. New Donk City Radio. It's a great Super Mario Odyssey mini podcast. Great stuff. And also, they just raised, what did they raise? Like almost $1,700 for Extra Life. Like,
Something like that.
Yeah,
like
something
that.
around there.
so good. So awesome. Congratulations, guys. And Irrational Passions. Go give them all some love. So one of the stretch goals at the end was Alex dress up as a Cappy-possessed stripper, and that's what I see every time I close my eyes.
Oh,
It's
God.
really, truly terrifying, and I recommend everyone go check that out. Zyger clipped
Yes,
out
it's
the
archived?
video.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
go look
saw
on
it.
Zyger.
It's crazy.
It's
It's scarring, life scarring.
it will change your life. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh no.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
Go on Zyger's Twitter, Zyger, and yeah, find that. It's not that hard to find. I've just totally lost
Damn.
my train of thought because I just have that image just running on loop in my brain.
I mean, I'm imagining it right now, and I'm sure it's as bad as I think it is.
No, it's worse.
It's worse.
It's worse. Nothing but love for those guys, but man, that left its mark on me for sure. Yeah, Mario's fantastic.
Yep.
It is.
How about you, Micah?
So yeah, I've been playing a little Switch myself too. So I went out and bought the new Doom for fucking the Switch.
That's right.
And
Rip and
Oh,
tear
man.
until it is done.
yep, and fuck, I was sold once I saw the box art.
The box art is
'Cause-
dope. That is like the dopest box
know.
art ever.
Exactly. Like, why didn't they do that with the PS4 and Xbox One
It's
version? Like,
asinine. It's like let's have like the
It
most
is.
generic box art ever, or have like the fucking most badass metal box art ever. Let's leave that on
Exactly.
the inside. You can still flip it over, and I have mine flipped over to that, but like, why is that not the official? So thank you, Nintendo, for
Yeah.
allowing the
Yeah, thank you.
probably the best piece of box art ever, besides the original Doom cover, to be featured as the prominent one. Does it even have the
Yeah.
reversible, or is it just that one on the Switch?
It's I think there is a reversible one. I think there is.
Reversible for the reversible. Okay,
Yeah, which is neat. I don't know. I don't remember what it was, but I know you can flip it over.
that's sweet.
But yeah, like I'd never played 2016 Doom, so I figured it would be the best spot to jump in at. Like I didn't have anything to compare it to. Like even though it's in like 720p or below with 30 frames per second, like it's still a hell of a lot of fun. Like, oh man, like it's a full-fledged game, so you get all the guns, you fight all the enemies, all the levels are the same from what I've heard. You know, man, it's just so much fucking fun. Like I was laying in bed just going to town on Doom. Like it was a really good experience. Like I had so much fun with it. And I don't know how many chapters I've gone through, but I've gone through quite a bit. Like the only complaint I have about it is like in some of the more intense parts, it feels a little weird handling the Switch.
Yeah,
Like
I
it
could
feels a
definitely
little
see
big
that.
and clunky.
Yeah, I could definitely see that because
Uh-huh,
it's smooth as butter on the other consoles, but I can imagine Switch having some issues in some of the parts, especially the hell parts.
Yeah, it slows down a bit, but what I was talking about was just like handling the actual Switch. Like
Oh, yeah.
it feels a little. It's not built for playing first-person shooters like that.
No, not at all.
Like it feels a little bit out of place. But like I'm having some trouble on this one spot. Like I just keep on just getting just killed by all these demons because there's so many of them, and then
Yeah.
the frame rate goes down, and then plus it's hard to control on the big old clunky Switch. But besides that, it's so much fun. I've been having a blast with it. I definitely recommend it, even though it's $60 for not as good version as a PS4 and Xbox One. But hey, it's a third party game on Switch, and I want more of those. So that's pretty much the reason why I bought it, is so they would keep on putting out more third parties.
Yeah, support
third-party
Bethesda.
Yeah, especially Bethesda. What's up, Eli?
Third-party AAA on the Switch, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what's coming out next? They got LA
Skyrim.
Noir, and then Skyrim.
Skyrim is
Yeah.
this Friday.
Wolfenstein eventually.
Wolfenstein next year.
Fuck.
Yep. I don't know
Damn.
how you play Wolfenstein. I love Wolfenstein. There's no way you'd be able to play that game on any of the hard difficulties on Switch. Like, I'm just calling it now. That game is hard. Like, no way. Like, even just on PS4 controller, I was like, I need a mouse right now. Like, this is too hard. That sounds like a nightmare, but I'm glad it exists.
Yeah, they're gonna put it on it, and I'm sure it'll turn out okay. Maybe they'll do some optimizing for it, but I mean, really, the way that's meant to be played is with a pro controller or something. But
Yeah, probably.
if you're doing that, like
Just
and
play
you're
it on
playing
PlayStation.
exactly, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like, it's gonna look worse on your big screen TV than it does on the Switch screen. So might as well go out and buy the PS4 version.
Yeah.
But if that's your only option, I'd say go for it. But yeah, just do yourself a favor and get the better version. And then I also played some more Resident Evil 7, and I'm having a blast with it. I played like I think probably 11 hours of that game this weekend, and I'm really close to finishing it.
Damn, nice. That's a marathon sesh. Good
I
job.
know. I surprised myself. Like I get to these parts that were like really frustrating. Like fuck, I can't beat this guy, and then like I go and take a break and come back to it and like whoop the guy's ass. Like
Yep.
it's just that little break. That means everything in the gaming world.
Yeah.
Because if you're just like heating and stewing over this one guy, like come on, just chill out, come back, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, it's the #1 rule of boss fights. Like, if you're frustrated, just leave. You'll beat them the first try next time.
Yeah, easily. It's just funny how that works out. But yeah, the only thing I wish is like I had a PSVR so I could experience it.
Just all the
the way.
spooks.
Yeah, all the
Next time
spooks.
you're here.
Fuck. Yeah, next time I'm there, I want to try it. Or maybe I'll pick one up this Black Friday. But
Hey.
who knows?
They got
yeah.
it's like $100 off, right? It's a pretty
Yeah,
good
something
deal.
like that.
Yeah,
So I think that would be worth it, but who knows? I'll wait till then. But yep, that's all I've been playing.
Awesome. How about you, Max?
Assassin's Creed Origins.
That's
You
right.
know, got the review out.
Mhm.
Just can't put it down. Even though the Horizon Zero Dawn DLC dropped, I'm not even gonna bother with that for right now. I'm so into the Assassin's Creed world. I'm so happy that Ubisoft nailed this game. It's so good.
It's better than I
Freaking
ever
love it.
imagined it being, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's really great. Yeah, congratulations on your review. It's very good. Very fair points. Man, I feel like it's almost better than the sum of its parts because it's like a lot of kind of what we would consider standard practices and mechanics of like open world RPGs, but it's just executed with such polish and detail that you can't help but enjoy it. Like they fixed a lot of the issues plaguing the series. Like the mechanics are fun this time. The level of detail in the world feels alive. The way he interacts with characters is great. Bayek himself is great. Man, I can't say enough good things about this game.
Yeah, it's freaking awesome. Definitely have like a reason to just keep playing. It's so fun.
Sorry, it doesn't sound like you just described an Assassin's Creed.
No, that's what's crazy about it. That's what's
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what's crazy.
But it is Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, no, it took a few hours to feel like an Assassin's Creed game, but once you kind of get like the blade and all that stuff, it starts to feel like, but it feels totally fresh and new for a lot of it. Like, and then you eventually,
Yeah.
you start sneaking around. You got the blade, you got the hood, and everything, and then it gets a little bit more familiar. But until then, yeah, like it's a totally fresh experience, and it kind of is the first start at Ubisoft moving away from like the really like go take over this zone and then this zone. It's much more about exploration and questing this time around. Whereas like Syndicate and Unity and some of the ones before that, it was very much like, all right, you have a city now, take it over district by district and collect a bazillion collectibles. This time there are definitely like collectibles and stuff like that, but it's much more about engaging with the characters and the world and helping people out. And it's for the best. Like the quests are good. I mean, they're not even close to like something like The Witcher 3, but they still are very compelling, and you want to do them.
Would you say this is an origin to a new Assassin's Creed pathway?
I hope so.
Yeah.
It is definitely the origins of like the story and like the Brotherhood itself. Yeah, and kind of like a resurgence of the gameplay, and hopefully they continue down this path. I feel like I hope they don't shy away from it and then go back to, because you know how Assassin's Creed like changes like every 2 or 3 games like mechanically. Like I hope that this kind of gameplay stays for a few settings at least.
What I hope is that I don't know how the story ends yet because I'm not all the way done with the story yet, but I'm like getting there. But I kind of hope that they continue using him as a character.
Oh yeah,
because
give
I think
us a
that's
trilogy. Give us a
that,
trilogy.
that's what made Assassin's Creed to me was Ezio having a trilogy. Like it's better if you get into like the world and the character and actually like are able to develop like a storyline throughout multiple games, because that's one of the reasons why I was turned off from Assassin's Creed games, was just because like after Ezio, after 3 games of awesomeness, it just went to like this random shit like
Yeah, one-offs.
character. It's just oh god. I don't know.
Let's just reiterate, Connor fucking sucks. Like
Yeah.
put it back
He
out
sucks,
there.
but there could have been a trilogy of revolutionary assassins.
I mean, we have we
Yeah.
have like the Kenway trilogy. Well, not trilogy, but we have,
The family line.
the trio of the Kenways. 2 of them I like. One of them I can't stand. I even like Hatham. Like you play as him for way too long, but I actually ended up liking him more than Connor. He's just a smarmy, like suave, British, just asshole. And I enjoyed that. But yeah, no. Arno, I actually really liked in Unity, despite it being kind of cookie cutter. Yeah, and then I could not relate to the twins at all in Syndicate. Like they are just so shallow. They're funny, but they have good lines, but yeah, no, they can't stack up to Ezio and like Altair. And Bayek, I think, has risen to the top of like the best
Yeah,
protagonists
I
for
really
sure.
like Bayek.
I hope we get more games with him. I worry that we won't, But yeah, like take him to Greece, like make him travel around. Like there's so many places he could go, or just like further into the Middle East, or just down more in Africa. Like there's so many places you could take with him, and we don't. He's not that old, so really it's like
No.
it wouldn't be that hard to do. Make him old, make him a grandmaster, kind of like Altair. I don't know. Loving it.
But yeah.
And then Emma
I'm excited to
also,
play.
yeah, be excited. It's a lot of fun. And Emma just wanted to let us know that she is also enjoying it very much. I didn't think it was possible to play more games than I did this week, but she already outpaced me.
She played so much.
She already outpaced me. I'm like, damn. So good on her. She is rocking the Ezio armor despite it looking ridiculous in the Egyptian setting, and I respect her dedication. But I can't look at it. It's so hard. I'm like, it clashes so much.
It does not fit well at all.
No, it's like these guys don't even exist yet. It's like they don't even. I even felt dirty wearing the Aguilar armor from the movie of Michael Fassbender's character, even though it's like a really dope outfit and it fits way better than Ezio's. Like it's like it has the Assassin's logo on the hood. I'm like, that doesn't exist yet. That feels wrong. So I stopped doing that. What's your
because you have like all those vibrant colors.
Yeah.
On like the buildings and stuff and the statues. And then you just have like this random off-white grayish Ezio outfit.
Yeah, I'm so inconspicuous. It just made me realize like how busy Ezio's outfit is. Not so much in Brotherhood, but like I was playing 2. I'm just like just his outfit. It's just really busy, and they simplified it in Brotherhood, but I've come to appreciate the simpler outfits. Like I really enjoy a lot of the outfits that Bayek has. Like they're very simple, just kind of like rags and like hoods and stuff. I prefer that style definitely. I like the one that's it has like the shoulder pad and the belt armor, and then like the hood like covers his whole face like a turban like mask. I really like that one. I can't remember what it's called. What's your favorite outfit you've been using?
I'm using the one that I got from I think the Ubisoft Play Points, whatever that one was.
Okay.
I haven't really like changed. I know you can like go in and spend money on them, but I'm actually spending money on the carbon crystals to upgrade my stuff instead.
That's a good call.
So,
I decided to Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Until I've all fully upgraded, then I could like mess around with the outfits and stuff. Because there's so much content still.
There's so much content.
I was playing so much this weekend, and there's just like more and more that keeps popping up. Just the question marks, on the HUD, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go here.
It's addictive.
So fun.
It's addictive. Like the loop of like discovering and quest markers. Like it's not overwhelming, but it's like it's trickled just consistently enough that you always have something to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also just they've kind of messed with the structure of a lot of the missions. Like I know it's actually like super obvious, but they actually have a mission where you have to like investigate an area and then like kind of like use clues in the environment. And like that's so far beyond typical Assassin's Creed missions where it's just like, all right, here's a marker, go here. Like even when they would say like, here's a marker, here's like an area that this might be occurring in, like actually having to go out into the world and explore and look around at the landmarks for yourself really makes you feel like you're part of the world. Like this is one of my favorite open worlds. Like Egypt itself is just, it's gorgeous. It's varied, surprisingly. I was expecting a lot of sand, but it's like you have Alexandria, you have a lot of like forests and jungles, you have the desert itself. Like it's very varied, and then also going to the pyramids is really cool. You get that kind of like Uncharted feel.
Yeah, great fucking game.
I don't know how it ranks on like the game of the year list yet. I assume we'll probably do an episode about that in December. Just kind of give them our thoughts and our rankings. But I'm enjoying it way more than I ever thought I could enjoy an Assassin's Creed in 2017.
Me too.
Hats off to Ubisoft on this one, and it's the Black Flag team too, so that just makes me love them more. This is like they're delivering my favorite ones still. I don't know who made the last two, or if there was some overlap, but so far these guys are proving themselves as my favorite. I can't remember where exactly they're located. I'll have to look it up later. But any final thoughts? Canada somewhere. Montreal maybe.
Yeah, I think it's Montreal.
I'll find it while we shift.
Final thoughts. Just go read my review. I summarize pretty much what I feel. It's a really
Yeah,
good game.
read
Give it a
Max's
chance.
review, everyone.
It also like take
And
a
it's a good
gander
one.
at the written. Yeah, take a gander at the written because not enough people read anymore, and like it's a really you can kind of get the gist with the video, but you can like dive into the writing and really get the full picture. I think. All right, so Eli, what's your topic?
So I'm gonna start us off maybe a little heated. Some I don't know if I was gonna say hot takes, but I just like saying that word.
Yeah, no, hot takes is just fun. Even though hot takes are like designed to start a fight, like people like
Oh, God.
really overuse them because like I looked up the definition and it's like purposefully incendiary to conversation. It's like I want to start a fight. Here's a hot take instead of just an unpopular opinion, which is what most people use it as.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
Here we go.
But okay, my topic is who are some of your problematic faves? And
Problematic faves.
Elaborate.
all right,
Yeah.
so the problematic fave for me, an example, I guess, would be Nick Robinson, because I mean,
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
yeah, like
Oh,
someone
okay,
who
okay.
you really like an artist or some sort of something like that, but like has problematic tendencies, and either you separate it from them or you just kind of ignore it.
So basically, how well do we separate art from artist?
Something like that.
Okay. Man, this is
But I
tough.
want you to call out some names.
Specifics.
Like, you guys-
Okay.
You think him saying the N-word was cool?
No, that was not cool.
Okay.
I have defended him in the past, but that was kind of the last straw for me. I'm like, dude, like that's obviously in your vocabulary. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Let me just look around for a second. Max or Micah can go first because I don't wanna call out names without having substantive content to back it up.
I don't really follow like celebrities really, but I guess what kind of annoyed me was my favorite soccer player, Mesut Özil. He was like accused of like cheating once, and I don't know if it's true or not, right? But he's like really like family oriented and stuff, and really humble. And provides. He's like after he won the World Cup with Germany in 2014, he provided surgeries to 23 Brazilian kids and stuff. So he's like really down to earth. But then I just hate people that cheat, And then like when I heard that rumor, like if it's a rumor, I don't know, right? But like when I heard that, I was like, fuck, right? Because it's like
Damn.
you're like such like a good like person. Obviously, you're like donating money and you're family man because he's like has photos with his niece and stuff all the time. But like this rumor, I was just like, oh, damn it.
Yeah,
But
that's
since
shitty.
then, I haven't really like thought about it much because it's not like I'm personally connected to him or anything.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that's like the only example I have, I guess. Trying to think.
It seems like 2017 is the year that so 2016 was the year that a lot of our favorite celebrities passed away, unfortunately, and 2017 is the year that a lot of other favorite celebrities turned out to be scumbags. So this has been a really like prevalent thing recently, where a lot of people are coming out as just like, all right, you're a fucking just piece of shit. Like why would you do these things?
Yep.
So it's gotten kind of complicated because like I can't forgive a lot of like whatsoever a lot of these people. And so thinking of people that like I can give a pass to are pretty much slim to none. Like I want to respect people to the fullest. Like I've always had not an issue, but I've barely personally been able to separate art from artists. Like that's just a part of my personality, I guess. So that makes this hard for me.
I guess maybe it's not exactly that, like separating art from artists, but like who are some artists or celebrities or something that like just I guess it does fall under that category. It's kind of hard to explain.
No, I get what you mean. Just like I'm
Yeah.
struggling to come up with a specific example of someone that I appreciate, but also I'm like, why do you do that?
Huh. I guess I have sort of an example. I guess following what Max did, pick someone from sports. It was like in 2009 or whatever. Michael Phelps got caught like smoking weed or whatever, and I remember he got bashed on so hard for doing that.
Yeah, that was
And
kind
then,
of. I don't know about that.
I love
yeah,
Michael Phelps too.
yeah, like that was a little too
Sucks.
much. Like I think Kellogg, the Frosted Flake guys,
Yeah.
like they just dropped his ass. Like we're not supporting you anymore because you got caught smoking pot. You know, like what's the big deal? It's just pot. I mean, that was before it was legal, but or legal in some states, but still, like
But
chill
he
the
could have
fuck
been
out.
doing it in like Europe or something,
Where it's
He's a
legal.
traveling man.
Yeah, we don't know. I mean,
Luckily, a lot of major sports organizations are starting to lax on that a little bit. But it used to be like completely ridiculous. It's like, oh my god, you smoked pot once, like we're completely just trashed your career.
even though pot, it's not, performance enhancing or anything.
No.
Anything, it's the opposite.
No, it makes you lazy and want to eat a bunch of food.
And he
Like,
already does that, so it's like he's just hurting
yeah,
himself.
exactly. Like when you're a swimmer, you're supposed to eat a bunch of food, but
Leave Michael Phelps
apparently they
alone.
had yeah, leave him alone. I'm
That
sure
just
everyone's
sucks.
forgotten about it, but still,
Probably.
that still bothered me though. I just remember even like my mom was like, "Oh, I don't like him anymore." But I was like, "What?
Come
it's just
on.
yeah, come on, mom. Stop being conservative." Like,
Mom, stop being so conservative.
yeah,
Jeez.
Mom, just smoke some weed. Like, chill out.
yeah, just chill out.
Mom, here's some weed. Micah.
here's a pot brownie. Yeah, chill out. But yeah, that's my one good example, I think.
No, that's a great one because that's like not really a big deal, but people bash on him.
Yeah, exactly. Like some people will think that's just end of the world. Like, oh my god, he did the marijuanas.
The
How dare he?
marijuanas.
The marijuanas.
It turns the
The-
frogs gay.
Yes.
the devil's lettuce. Well, it was Lucifer's lettuce. The devil's grass. The Mary Jane. How dare you? How dare you smoke this plant?
I don't care about him very much, but I know Tom Brady has kind of come into a lot of flack, even though he's still very
That's
successful.
true.
That's a great example.
That's a
Yeah.
good one.
He's like very like pro Trump, and he like has the whole like Deflategate or whatever behind him, but he's still like he's on the
Mhm.
cover of Madden this year, like he's doing okay.
Exactly. And I don't know how many Super Bowl he's won, but he's won a lot, and he's not letting any of this bother him. Like he's still successful. Like
Yeah, no, he's not. He doesn't regret
Yeah.
anything he's done.
no, he's laughing his way to the bank.
Exactly.
He has millions of dollars. Like he
Straight
has
to the
nothing.
bank.
He's not worried about a single fucking thing we have to say about him. He has all the money in the world. So he has a last laugh in the end. So yeah. Tom Brady is king of the world and we can't do anything about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Tom Brady's world. We're just living in it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what he thinks.
So I think I actually have mine. I forgot
Sweet.
about this. Wait.
You got it.
Okay. So
Slip away.
someone I really respected a while back and has kind of waned on Adam Sessler. He used to be on X-Play and G4 and all that, and then
No, what did he do?
so
Uh-oh.
he just said a lot of like really hyperbolic shit about Trump supporters and stuff like that.
Oh shit.
And like how like you should beat the shit out of Nazis when you see them on the street and stuff like that. Just like really like radical, not radical because Nazis are radical, but
Yeah.
very like this doesn't fix the situation type stuff. I mean,
Uh-huh.
I hate Nazis as much as the next guy, but like the stuff that this guy has said like in the past, like it's like, all right, dude, like just calm down just a little bit.
I think I do remember that because I follow him on Twitter too, and like, he's kind of one of those people that are just extremely anti everything about Trump.
Yeah.
I mean, not just Trump
Fundamentally.
himself, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, and to the point where it's almost like aggressive,
Yeah, it is
Mhm.
aggressive is a great way to put it. It's just like I don't know, tearing down people that just support him. It's like, like they're all evil and stuff. Like it seems a little ridiculous.
That is a bit much, because I mean, there's a lot of people who don't like Trump, and like me personally, I don't care for him either. But like, I'm not gonna go out of my way and just say, yeah, fuck Donald Trump, just
Demonize the followers.
yeah, even because the
Yeah, I'm not
reason
gonna
why
fight
Trump
anyone.
exactly like the reason why Trump got elected is America didn't give us what we wanted, like it was either pick this asshole over this bitch, like okay.
Yeah. Yep.
They're pretty much picking the lesser of the two evils in their eyes, and then in our eyes we were picking the same thing, but it is what it is, and we're not gonna keep on crying about it, even though people still are, but yeah, we'll see how it turns out.
I'm trying to find a specific example from him, but he tweets a lot, so that's not gonna happen.
No, lots of scrolling.
Lots of scrolling, lots of conservative bashing.
I
Yeah.
find that a lot of my favorite like music artists are a little bit problematic, but I like a lot of classic rock, so I think it's based on like the time that they were around, that they're like the way they think is so like maybe you shouldn't be like thinking that,
Yeah.
And I gotta call out, sorry people, I gotta call out John Lennon. He spread a lot of peace, but for the time, I think it was progressive. But in these days, it's a little you look back at things that he did and things he said, and it was like, well, that I don't think the message got across the right way, or I don't think it would get across.
So what was he saying? Like, what made him unpopular amongst people? I'm curious.
It's not that what made him unpopular, because I think
Uh-huh.
what he said that made him unpopular was okay, but like just kind of there was some like racist undertones with a lot of things he said, and
that's totally understandable.
yeah, like for the time it's like okay, it's understandable, but now it's like
Mm-hmm.
You got to move past
if he was
it.
still doing that today, it would be like but again, he's dead. He's been dead
Yeah.
for a long time,
And then at the time, it was kind of, it was a different time period. Like, people weren't as considerate of others as they are now. I'm not making an excuse for him, but yeah, it's just, it is what it is.
It was the zeitgeist of the time, and unfortunately, he had to
Yeah,
live in that.
it's unfortunate. Yeah, it's unfortunate that it was that way, but it's just how it was back then. People were slightly racist, whether we liked it or not.
Slightly. That's
Slightly.
That's generous.
Yeah, just a hint of racism in there.
just a pinch of racism.
Just
just
a
a
tad. Yeah.
here and
But-
there, racism, homophobia, just
Uh-huh.
It's all in a big pot. Just
Yeah.
like
Just all,
it's called the '60s. It's just swirling.
honestly, yeah.
Is that back when they had the separation for water fountains and whatnot?
Well, I mean, that's when it kind of really came to a social head, but it had it for a long time, obviously, since
Okay.
since
That's when they
evolution.
started realizing, oh, this isn't right.
Unfortunately, we still struggle with
Yeah.
issues, but that's when
Mhm.
civil rights movement and all that.
Yep. The SJWs and whatnot.
No, that was like actual.
Oh,
that was
yeah,
actual.
no.
That was actual social justice.
Yep. Instead of what we got now. But yep.
I'm trying to think of another example, and I really can't because I kind of, like I said, I kind of try to judge people and their art on their merits, and don't
But-
associate with those I don't appreciate.
Like, I have one point to bring up. Like, I noticed a lot of these artistic people are a little fucked up in the head. Like, that's just kind of how it is, I noticed.
Especially musicians.
Yeah, especially.
Yeah.
That's just a fact. Yeah, that's
Like, they're gonna be a little fucked. Like Michael Jackson. He was screwy.
There's nobody
mean-
like him. There was, and there. I don't know if there will be.
And then Elvis Presley, like he was a little messed up too. And like the list goes on. Like it's crazy. I don't know. I think that's a requirement for you to be an artist.
A successful artist, like you have to be a
Yeah.
little fucked up.
There
Yeah.
has to be something, that's hidden that
hmm Like
you don't
there
want
was.
people to know about.
I mean, Taylor Swift. Look, she's like. I mean, it's some little crazy undertones.
Yeah, I know Matt's
yeah.
not here, but I'm sorry, dude. Taylor Swift
Yeah.
is a little bit problematic.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just
Very.
Just a
Slightly.
little.
Just a pinch of problematic too.
Has that carried on to her newest album?
Oh yeah, it's
I'm
like
all-
all about I haven't listened to it myself because I just don't care to, but I guess it's very much like her like years of like fighting against narcissism is like turning herself around, and she's like kind of embraced like a different identity. It's all very complicated, surprisingly.
Oh
I
my
can't really speak
God.
onto it further without actually hearing it myself.
I listened to a few songs last night actually, and still not a fan.
Still not a fan.
No.
Just to cement that right now.
Yeah, it hasn't improved in the however many years she's been making music.
How
been a
long
while.
has she been making music? Because I actually don't really know, to be perfectly honest.
Let's see,
Um,
she's born in 1989.
Okay, so basically her first album was like 1992.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so really just to go get her, just jumpstart her career.
I remember her stuff in like 2009, but I'm pretty sure she started before then.
Yeah, I don't know.
s-
She got
I think
she got big around like 2009, right?
I think she's been at least making music for over 10 years. So it's been a while.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'd say at least 10 years.
Yeah. And then cuz I remember she started out in country and then she slowly transitioned into pop.
And then it was like
and-
country, pop country, then just straight up.
Yeah. Straight up pop. And
The
I
Taylor
still don't
Swift
care.
studio album by Taylor Swift, of course.
Of course.
Came out when she was
Her
16 years
self-titled.
old.
16 years old. Wow.
Damn.
2006.
Okay. So,
Shit. That's a
All
long
right.
fucking time.
Little over 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Wish you all the best.
I feel-
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I feel like she's up there with like Justin Bieber. Like they're on the same tier.
I
I-
feel like she's above him. I can't
Well,
stand him.
I don't
He's
know.
a
I like his music.
he's
as
one
a
of
person,
He's
those.
a little
I don't-
shit.
He's
I
a
saw
little-
like
he's
a
a little
video
shit.
of him like a year ago. He like pissed in, like the janitor things that they roll around, like the yellow like
Oh,
stop
yeah.
or the yellow signs and like
Yellow
the little,
stop
buckets.
signs.
he literally like he freaking pissed in it and I was like laughing and I was like, you fucking asshole, fuck you.
And he like
See it-
he like spit on a bunch of his fans that like were-
Yeah.
like it's like just such a fucking punk.
And like supposedly he's Christian, and then like and he's showing off all these like fucking tattoos he has. And
Yeah,
he's like, "Oh, I
okay.
love my mom."
Yeah, I love my mom so
Okay.
much. I'm gonna spit on my fans that made me successful.
Yeah. Because I don't know, he's something else. Like he's someone like I would not like at all. Like on top.
Definitely not.
Yeah, he's just such an asshole. Like, how could even his own fans don't even like him. I'm sure.
I
But,
feel like he's also doing fine. Like there's still people
Yeah.
that don't choose to realize that he's a scumbag.
yeah.
I feel
Either
like-
way,
listen-
I'm surprised he hasn't grown up yet.
no, he's still acting like he's a 15-year-old kid. And
Justin Bieber is a fuckboy, all right?
Justin Bieber, you heard it here. Put that on a shirt. That'll be our next merch.
Yes.
Justin Bieber is a fuckboy.
Bieber's a fuckboy.
Yeah.
BOI.
Yeah, there you go.
Boy.
It works. Man, I do
Make
not
bank.
like him. I'm just trying to think.
Nope.
Copyright that.
Yeah, I don't know if we can do that. That's Justin Bieber's
Okay.
name. Let me think. Who else?
Let's do it.
really don't have any more examples. I just have a bunch of people that I don't like their stuff, even though it might be good because of them. Like Kanye West is another one. Like he's just like, I know he's had a lot of trauma in the last few years, but just how just absolutely full of himself he is, and how he can go out into concerts and play like one song and leave, and then not
That's
refund
terrible.
anybody. It's like, you're such a fucking dick, dude. Like, who do you think you are? Like, I mean, I know you have a god complex, and that's documented. But like,
does, yeah.
seriously, like, what is wrong with you?
And your wife has a fat ass. That's obviously fake.
I mean, we can't speculate on that. I mean, we can speculate on
Oh,
that if you
no.
want, but
I wouldn't call him a fave of mine, but like I like him and I understand that he is problematic.
he
But-
is problematic. I
but
I appreciate some of his older stuff, but I just can't get it.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Mm-hmm. Another example I have would probably be what's his name? The dude who directed Apocalypto. Oh, Mel Gibson. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a whole
Like-
mess of problematic, and I love his
Yeah.
movies. That's a really good one. That's a
Exactly.
really good one.
Like Hacksaw Ridge. Fuck yeah, that movie's
That
awesome.
movie's fantastic.
But he's a fucking dick.
And he knows it.
And
He's
he's
just
also
capitalized
racist.
on it. He's capitalized on him being a dick. He's just like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm the
He-
grouch.
manufactured that downfall so he can come back up and be like,
Yeah,
"Look, I've recovered.
I'm
I'm directing movies."
I have recovered as a curmudgeon grandpa that you don't talk to at a family gathering.
And I have Andrew Garfield in my movie.
Yep. Do you have Andrew
Spider-Man.
Garfield? I don't think so.
Nope. We got him here. You don't got him.
We need to get Andrew
Yeah.
Garfield for Passion of the Christ 2.
The sequel.
Is that the sequel?
It'll be-
Passion of the Christ 2, Reborn.
It
It's like-
writes itself, honestly. It's all
it's
there.
like based on the Book of Revelations when the Antichrist comes back.
Yeah, but it's Andrew Garfield.
Oh God.
I would watch that. I would watch the hell out of that.
I would totally watch that. Fucking Mel Gibson, make that movie,
Yeah.
please.
Didn't he say he was
Yeah,
gonna
only
do it,
Mel
or is that a
Gibson can
joke?
do it.
Yeah. Mel Gibson is the only person who can. Didn't he say he was gonna make it? Or
I
is it-
think he did.
or is that just BS?
Did he make it?
I mean, not that movie specifically, but
No,
like,
Passion of the Christ 2. I didn't.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield. This is just a fever dream.
That's a fucked up fever dream.
I want it. I'm just
Oh my
googling Passion
God.
of the Christ 2, and I'm scared for what's gonna happen.
Oh man.
The Passion of the Christ 2 to be titled The Resurrection. Mel Gibson
of
reveals.
course.
Oh
That's
my
a very
God.
big subject, and it needs to be looked at because we don't want to just do a simple rendering of it. You got to get into the deep, complex quandaries of the story. It's not The Passion 2. It's called The Resurrection. That would just be ridiculous if it's just The Passion 2.
Passion Part 2.
Yeah,
So-
they made part 2. You know?
Yeah, Last of Us Part 2 may take Jesus to
resurrects.
hell. That's controversial.
Oh,
What the
okay.
hell?
That's
Um,
not canon.
Yeah, I don't know if that's canon.
They placed Jesus as the character in Doom.
That would
Yeah.
be dope. I would
I'd like that.
I would absolutely dig that. Just Jesus with a shotgun. He's like, you know what? I'm taking matters in my own hands.
Played by The Rock.
Played by the. I still want Andrew Garfield.
No.
I just want Andrew Garfield
Yeah.
in like
Okay, yeah.
Doom armor with the hair.
I forgot about that, yeah.
And then like he regenerates health by drinking wine and bread.
Yeah, bread.
This sounds like a South Park
Fe-
game.
This sounds like a great South Park sketch. They already have Jesus. Yeah, just like your communion heals me.
Yep. And then you just start a cult and people start following you.
Yeah. Okay. Trey Parker, Matt Stone, hit us up. We'll negotiate this because it's a great idea. Man, I just can't
Yep.
get this image out of my head.
Buy our idea,
Yeah,
please.
buy our idea, please. You're like, nah, we're just gonna take it. We don't care.
Yeah.
We got stupid money.
Here's my bank account number. Just
Yes.
go ahead and give us stupid money.
What's
Please.
their net worth? I wonder. 'Cause they gotta be
sure.
doing well.
They gotta
They
be
have
up there.
so many creations that just bring them in income.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Cause
Like they have a Broadway musical.
yeah, Book of Mormon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's amazing.
Book of Mormon brings in 19 million per month according to Forbes.
Well, there
Fuck.
you go.
Damn. I kind of wanted them to take like their own spin on different religions now. Like
I mean, they have a lot in South Park.
okay. But
They just focus a lot on Mormonism.
Yeah, 'cause it's so easy to make fun of.
poor Mormons.
So I'm on celebritynetworth.com. I don't know how reputable the site is, but I use it a lot. So Trey Parker 500 million and Matt Stone is 500 million as well. So I imagine they have a lot of merge shares. A lot of
Must be nice.
Yeah, must be nice. Business
That
partners
Team
for
America
life. Yeah, they're doing fine. They're doing fine.
Yeah. Yep.
Still.
And they're nice people, aren't they?
Are they problematic at
They're
all?
cool.
They seem really cool.
Yeah.
They might be just in like the content they
Out
make.
of the content they make, but they do it for, good reasons. And there's always
it's
a
not like-
message.
It's
Yeah.
not super personal because it's supposed to be, super comedic.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like we
Like,
do
yeah.
we do terrible impressions, like nobody should watch this.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they get a
I
free
think they're
pass, right?
Basically, because
Like
they make
this-
fun of everybody.
Yeah, it's not just a certain group of people. Like they're talking shit about everyone, and that makes it okay, I assume. And it's more of like a social commentary on how fucked up like
Everything
the world
is.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, how fucked everything is, and
You could
like
give them like a knock or two for the whole N-word episode when they were straight up just saying it, but it's like comedic purposes or
but it was more making
Uh,
fun of the
yeah.
people who use the N word. Like
Yeah.
that's really what it was about. So you can't
Yeah, if
really
you're-
knock them too much.
if you want to be super kind of sensitive about it, you could, but I think they're safe.
Yeah. I mean,
As the
Could-
resident black man.
yeah.
Let's ask our token, as it
Yeah.
were.
Oh, no.
You're able
I
to make the
apologize.
decisions for us. Oh my god.
Members of the jury, Eli.
Yep.
Yay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just sitting
Now we're
alone.
bad.
Now we're bad? Are we bad?
Yep. I don't know. Are we like?
No, that was a yay to them being good.
Oh, okay. We
Okay.
got it. We're in the green. We're in the green.
Okay. We're good. Yeah. We're not.
Any,
we're not disbanded.
Any final? Yeah. Cancel the show. It's over.
Yeah.
Any final mentions for problematic favorites? Or
Yeah, I have
problematic
one that I think we can all kind of get around. Colin Moriarty.
Yeah.
That's funny. I was
Yeah.
just thinking about him.
Yeah.
Problematic.
He's problematic. I still love him and I still support his content. He I have an issue with him kind of capitalizing off the whole drama. And that
That's pretty bad.
he still brings it up all the time on mainly on guest shows because they ask him. I'm sure he's kind of tired of it by now. But no, I still support the dude 100%. But the way he handled the whole situation between him and Kind of Funny was not great. And he even says I wish I would have done a few things differently.
Yeah, and he still kind of is bringing up the whole situation out of nowhere and kind of stirring the pot.
Oh, he
More.
absolutely stirs the pot, and that also
most
bothers me.
definitely.
It's whenever anyone he'll slyly reference them and how he's never gonna talk to Greg again and stuff. I'm like, just come on, dude.
Yeah.
If you're as over it as you say you are, actually be over it. And then him asking who should I interview in SF? It's who do you think people are gonna say? Really?
Exactly.
Who do you think is gonna happen? It's oh, I wish people would
Your
stop mentioning Kind
former
of Funny.
best friend.
Yeah. It's that still sucks. It's I don't even care that they separated business wise. It just sucks that they lost their friendship along the way. It always sucks to hear that happen. But
And it's super shitty because he's going back into gaming stuff too. So it's
yeah,
well, you branched out and now you're gonna cover what got you here in the first place.
well, it's also just because his voice is important, or his voice is. I think it's important, but it is viewed as important by a certain amount of people.
I do too.
Yeah, because he is willing to say shit that a lot of the gaming industry at large just isn't clearly by how people jump down his throat for, in my opinion, just a very tame Jad joke. I don't know how we all fall on the initial issue at hand, but I really didn't think it was that bad.
I remember seeing the tweet and then I was like, oh, he's gonna get shit for this.
Yeah.
And then it turned out way bigger than just
Yeah,
shit for
yeah,
this.
it wasn't-
It turned out
so
into
bad.
he's
It was-
always gonna leave the company. People are gonna call him a racist.
A racist. It's like, oh my
Yes.
gosh. It's like, you know,
Jesus Christ.
he said controversial stuff before, but like that was just the biggest shitstorm ever. But yeah, like he has said himself, like people were waiting to jump down his throat for anything. Like the whole racism thing, it's like you can't even keep your words right. Like these the people that just like
Yeah, what
that live to target people and tear people down. It's like you can't even keep your descriptions right. It's like, all right, a racist. It's like he's not a racist, and then you're just further damaging his you know, his reputation. It's dangerous. Yeah, no, that whole thing. I don't want to get too far into it because it's a whole just ginormous storm. But no, I do agree that he is problematic to people, and he doesn't necessarily help himself get out of that sometimes, unfortunately. But I still love and support the dude. He's one of my favorite people online. His content, Colin's Last Stand on YouTube, and Colin's Last Stand Fireside Chats, also a podcast he does, and he's also doing gaming soon, to replace one of his 2 weekly episodes on his channel. So, day one patron, I might be biased, but that's just how I stand on him. I understand the controversy though; it just got completely blown out of the water. like come on.
Yeah, apart from the that whole issue itself, that whole contained issue.
Yeah.
He's still kind of tweeting out a few problematic things and out here and there, and I don't know. I don't want to attribute it to like his political views or anything, but like, I don't know. I still love him,
Yeah.
but yeah, sometimes it's like, all right, dude. I hope this is like a performance type of thing, but I feel like it's not.
Yeah, he says like people go after him, but really he is very confrontational all the time. And like
Exactly.
he always plays like, oh, people are always going after me. It's like, well, you probably shouldn't stir the pot as much as you do. But at the same time, I have never always agreed with him. Obviously, I don't agree with everybody 100%, of course.
No, yeah.
But I still support the guy. But it's like, dude, like if it really bothers you as much as you say it does, that people keep mentioning kind of funny to you, then don't. Like, it's specifically the tweet about who should I interview in SF. Like that's like, dude, like you know what you're gonna get out of this. It's like you clearly know what you're gonna get. And then yeah, just all like the sly comments about using like ads and videos and like using sponsors and stuff. It's like oh, I'm so above that. It's like that, you know, clearly poking down at KF again for kind of taking up more and more sponsorship deals, which I don't fault them on. That's how they can pay their employees and pay for the studio. But
Yeah,
It's not even hard to like. I don't understand what people's big deal is.
Yeah, it's
you
like
literally just
timestamps.
a minute into the
timestamps.
video.
We're gonna boycott it until we get timestamps. It's like, if you don't want to watch the content, just don't watch the content.
It's funny. I
And they make
remember
'em
back to
funny.
like. That's funny, but yeah, I remember even back to like the podcast Beyond days, like he'd always like talk about how you shouldn't buy games used, and I remember him just tearing people apart for buying games used, and then he'd say like, oh, but that's your priority or whatever, some shit like that.
It's your prerogative.
Yeah, prerogative. That's the word.
Yeah, and
Like,
he also said about don't pre-order for years and years and years. But then once
Yeah.
the second he got outside the industry, he's like, wow, I can save money by pre-ordering. This isn't too bad. So he even admitted to like being kind of hypocritical on that sense on one of his fireside chat episodes. So it's like, yeah, you kind of have to takes for like all people in like games media, like influencers. Like you can't really take what they say about value in games to heart. Because
Yeah.
like they get their stuff for free most of the time, and that
Exactly.
completely skews opinions.
Yeah, because
Yeah, you know what? Don't read Max's review. He's biased as hell.
Yeah, he's super biased. Like obviously,
because he got the game for free.
he would have just hated it otherwise.
Yeah, if he paid the full $60, he would have hated the shit out of Assassin's Creed Origins. Because that's how it works
Yeah.
when you pay.
Yeah, I hate the game so. I hate the game so much. I'm thinking about paying $10 to get the deluxe edition.
Yeah, I had
But
to
you
do
didn't
it.
pay. You didn't pay the $60 plus tax on it, like the
You-
normal.
Yeah.
You don't get an opinion.
Yeah, you don't get an opinion. How dare you?
I'm definitely buying the season pass for that eventually, once it drops in price. Just because I'm
Yeah,
enjoying,
once it drops.
I'm enjoying it so much. And yeah, I upgraded to the deluxe edition. I'm like, I gotta give these guys a bone. And also, one of the armor sets looks dope as fuck. So, anyway, Assassin's Creed Origins. Yeah.
Yep.
Any final mentions?
I'd say we're good.
Say we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Colin's a good dude. Leave him alone, but also don't stir the pot, Colin.
Yeah.
All right, Max, what's your topic?
My topic is Black Friday, and like if you guys regularly participate in it, or if you guys just with online being more of a thing, Cyber Monday, if you guys do that instead.
100%. 100% about online shopping now. Like I don't want to step into the cesspool that is Walmart on a Black Friday. People running each other over and killing each other for Nintendo
I've seen
Wiis.
videos, but I feel like it's not even in my area. I don't know.
No, I've never seen
I
anything
feel
like that.
like I don't know. I remember just growing up as a kid, my neighbor would always go do hardcore Black Friday shopping, like super early in the morning at 4 a.m. and stuff.
Nope. That's a big
But
nope.
I was like, why the heck would you do that? But now, like, growing older, I kind of realized that, like, I get the hype and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, for one, it's like poor like workers that have to work in that hellhole of just everyone.
I don't
Dude,
envy
that
them at
sucks
all.
Ass.
Not one bit.
Like, working in retail already sucks to begin with. But then, like, dealing with all that would suck.
Yeah.
You said you had
And then
this
it's just
deal.
like,
Why aren't you rewarding
yeah,
us?
yeah, right.
This guy took 2 watches. I wanted a watch. Oh, how dare he? I'm gonna beat him
Yeah,
until he gives me the watch.
I'm gonna beat his face
so-
in with a TV.
Yeah. Let this fart.
So I guess the last like couple of Black Fridays, it's been like really chill. I just like kind of go around, and I don't even really buy anything. We just like walk around.
I just watched
Like
the
me and
stupidity.
some friends. Yeah, we just like watch some craziness. I think the last thing I bought was the PS4
Damn.
in 2014 for Black Friday. But
Nice.
usually, I just do like Cyber Monday because I don't know. I don't even go to the mall on a regular basis, anyways. Amazon is literally life. I'm just like,
I agree.
click. 2 days, none of this bullshit. I got to deal with all these people.
For real.
Amazon's
People
great.
suck.
People suck.
Yeah.
We've established this before, but people suck. And
Yeah.
Amazon, Amazon even has like really great deals, so it's like you're really not missing out on that much.
Exactly.
And they know
Yeah.
it. They know it. They're trying to get everyone
Mhm.
else out of business so they can
And while
be the mega corporation.
and like the thing is, like it used to be where it would open, at 4 a.m. on the day, after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But now they're doing it like on Thanksgiving Day,
It
like
is,
Or
yeah.
before,
it's
like a
supposed to
week
be like a
before.
time.
Every year.
That's like it's supposed to
earlier and
be like
earlier.
a time where you're with family, being thankful, like non-consumerism, but they're just like shoving it down your throat,
You know you want to get away from your family. Go shopping.
Yep.
Yeah, like screw that.
Be that asshole
so
who
not
takes
worth
off
it.
early so you can get a better deal on that TV you want. But it's
Those
not going to
TV
be worth
deals, fucking great.
They are great, but like
Oh,
you can
man.
get them online.
Not as great though.
Yeah, not as great.
True.
You don't get it instantly.
But is it worth the fist fights and the craziness?
Getting ran over by carts, shopping carts. Like,
I
there's some
mean-
crazy horror stories. I need to look up
I
some
mean,
horror stories.
yeah. If I get an LG
I-
OLED TV,
I just
fuck
watch
it.
like YouTube videos. I feel like they always pop up every year. Just some crazy people. Last year, I remember there was actually a really funny one from Walmart in Canada. And like the doors opened and
Canada?
everyone's like super nice and chill, just walking. It's so I should send that to you. It's
That's
so
awesome.
funny.
I gotta see that. I gotta see that.
They're like saying sorry for like
they're just like
running a little
walking
bit
into the
ahead.
store.
It's very
Oh,
calm.
man.
That's hilarious.
That's great.
And then here it's just like a nightmare. Everyone's like beating each other up just for the TV.
Like apparently Americans, they just get boiled down to their animalistic instincts when it comes to getting something for like a couple bucks off.
Yeah.
That's how we are.
the savings.
So much
Yeah.
consumerism in this country.
Gotta save that money. But yeah, I mean, I have a Black Friday story. Can I tell it?
Oh yeah,
It's kind of fun.
of course.
So my friend Nico and I have mentioned him several times. Well, anyways, him and I we get like fucking super stoned before we go Black Friday shopping. and this is like Friday
Okay.
morning. So we go in there and we're looking for the new Call of Duty. It was what's it called Infinite Warfare, plus the
Modern
Modern
Warfare.
Warfare remastered.
Yep.
So we go around the store and we pretend like we're Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil 4, walking around with the stiff motions and everything.
Yeah.
Just
All right, that's pretty funny.
yeah, we just went through the whole store, and then we eventually find Infinite Warfare packed with Modern Warfare, and we went home and we played hours and hours and hours of it, and it was a great time, and I haven't played it since. So
I really enjoyed Infinite Warfare campaign.
really,
Yeah, I
I
really
know
did.
I know there's a lot of people who did enjoy it.
But I also just really like sci-fi in general. But I
Mhm.
thought the story was genuinely good. Like they had Naughty Dog staff on that team. Like it was really good.
Oh shit, dang! Because
Surprisingly touching.
I've been meaning to finish it because I know some of the Giant Bomb guys were saying that it's almost like a level below like Halo,
Yeah,
like
that's a
in
really good way to
terms
put
of
it.
like in terms of the technology and whatnot and how it plays.
It's very much like I could see this being the level of technology we have at that point. Like
Mhm.
Halo always felt pretty realistic to me in terms of like besides like the alien stuff, but like the level of technology that we would have in 500 years. Halo always felt pretty natural to me, except for maybe like the AI and stuff. But who knows?
Mhm.
Elon Musk.
Yep.
Yeah, no, Infinite Warfare. I can't remember what year it was supposed to take place in, but it all felt like a lot of the soldiers still had like like United States patches on their uniforms despite being being spaceships. Yeah, no, I highly recommend giving a shot. It was my favorite Call of Duty in years. Campaign wise,
Dang.
I played the multiplayer for approximately 30 seconds and went nope. But the campaign is very touching, surprisingly, and some fun
You
gameplay.
you spawned, you got headshotted and rage quit.
Yep, and there's like these maps are so small, and you're supposed to expect me to jump around and stuff. It's BS, but
Too much jumping.
it was a great rental, and I want to buy it eventually.
Huh. I will have to go back and finish that now that I think about it.
Definitely
Is it-
recommend.
Is it a co-op campaign? Or
I want to say there is some kind of co-op component.
okay.
I just
'Cause
played
I
single
remember-
player.
Yeah, okay. Because I remember in Black Ops 3, you could play the whole campaign with another person, which I find interesting.
That might have been the
That was
one way I could
more
stomach it.
fleshed out though, wasn't it? Like
Yeah.
each character had each player had a different character and everything.
Oh.
And you can like
I
customize
feel like
your character.
Yeah, I feel like they didn't
Hmm.
follow that route in the future games.
Yeah.
But yeah, Black Friday.
Black Friday.
Black Friday.
So I found an article kind of detailing some stories from a Reddit post. This is just one of them I found funny. So back in my poor college days when I worked at Walmart, we had a fight break out over a bike. Fists were thrown and there was some blood. Eventually, one guy got a hold of it and managed to get away from the crowd. He rode the bike out of the store to flee the pursuers without paying.
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
We
that's a
got it
nice
for
kind of
free.
discount.
And then
That guy
here's
is
just
thinking
another
ahead.
one. So someone punched a security guard in the face because he thought it was a customer skipping to the front of the line.
Wow.
That's
Oh my
bad.
Nice.
So I worked at Radio Shack, an electronics store, for a year in college. During Black Friday, one of the sale items was a $10 calculator marked down to $5. Two sweet elderly women came into the store looking for them. When I told them there was only one left in the display, the shit was on. It turned into a geriatric version of roller derby without the skates. The one the one grandma who lost the race called the other a fucking bitch, and she was standing in the checkout line gripping her $5 prize. I always imagined some little kid opening the presents on Christmas morning, getting his stupid $5 calculator, not really wanting it, but having no clue about the backstory behind it, as his grandma, sipping her tea, looks on with a triumphant gleam in her eye. So I'm just going to end on that one because it can't get better than that.
That's really great.
Yeah.
So this Black Friday, what are you guys looking to get?
I'm too broke
I'm
to
curious.
get anything specific except for to rebuy a lot of the games I've had to trade.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Damn. Okay.
unfortunately.
Shit.
It was like $30 deals.
I'm
Like there's some
getting-
really good deals.
Damn.
There's
Yeah,
always good deals.
the game deals are good. I'm gonna get. I think I'm gonna buy Logan. I think it's like $10 Blu-ray.
Yes, get that
Yeah,
steel
worth
book.
And I want to look to get a Fitbit
The fit.
because I'm more active now, and I'm curious about because I don't sleep well, and that has like a sleep tracker, and I'm like curious to see, how many times, I wake up at night, and like if I'm actually hitting, like deep sleep and all this shit. So like
That REM sleep.
I'm curious
No
about
Apple
that.
Watch.
Yeah.
Nah,
Hey.
that's too
MacBook
much.
Pro, baby. Apple Watch.
Nah, think Fitbits are cool because it's like smaller
They're pretty
and
cool. They're pretty cool.
yeah. I'm gonna
Yeah.
get the Fitbit to charge.
Cool.
It's $100 at Target instead of 150. So if it, like I said earlier, I'm not gonna go out like crazy times. If I go to Target and it happens not to be there, I'll be like, okay, whatever. I'm not gonna go like specifically. Like, yeah.
That's how you have to go into it. I feel like, unless you're insane. Ready to
Yeah.
Throw some hands.
Throw down.
I feel really bad for laughing during your story, but I'm just reading these Black Friday stories, and just one is I got punched in the face because I didn't know what a Zuzu pet or robotic hamster toy was. Where's the Zuzu pet? Smack. And then
Jesus.
my worst Black Friday experience would have to be the time a husband and wife combo used their daughter to steal some video games. The wife would go to the bathroom with her infant. The husband would slide games into the diaper bag and then send the 3 to 4-year-old daughter to the bathroom with the diaper bag so she'd crack open the cases and take the games. Like, how fucked up do you have to be?
Damn.
That's terrible.
So
terrible.
next level scheming.
Oh, man.
Child labor scheming. That's not good.
Nope, not good. Why are you putting the infant to work? They're not good to work for like another 16 years. Come
Future
on.
criminal.
Yep. For me, like I really want to look out for a 4K TV. Like I want to jump on that train finally. Like
Especially because you have a Pro.
exactly. Like I'm doing myself a disservice by not owning a 4K TV with a Pro. Like yeah, there's super sampling, but it only does so much. So I
All those Ks.
exactly. I want all the Ks. I want 4 of the Ks.
4 of
And-
them. And then
Yep.
if once you get like a second or third PS4 Pro, you'll be up to 16.
Yep, that's how it works. 4 times 4 equals 16. Quick maths. But yep, I'm definitely gonna look out for one. I don't like what I really want to get is
Are you
the
gonna go to Best Buy, or were you trying to?
yeah probably Best Buy would probably be the best place. I'm assuming because I'm not gonna try and
Yeah,
get some like fucking Walmart ass cheap 4K TV like
Yeah, like
No,
Westington or
$300.
whatever. Yeah, like fuck that.
Sam's
No.
Club 4K TV.
Yeah, like that's gonna last me like 2 days, and then there's gonna be a dead pixel, like
Yeah.
guaranteed. I'm not looking into that. But what I really want to get is the LG OLED 4K HDR TV. Like
That sounds
Curve?
hot.
God.
I know, I mean it's like a $2,000 TV, but I mean if they have it for like 1,000 or something like that ridiculous, like
There's
I pick it
no
up.
way.
I know there's no way, but I can dream. So
I hope this happens for you.
Shoot for the
Yeah.
stars.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But I mean, I'd be fine with like a Philips one or Vizio or something like that. I'd be fine with that. Maybe for like somewhere under like 500. So I'd be totally fine with that. And like I got money saved up, so I figured it's time. I need to put the Polaroid to rest. I mean, I've only owned it for like yeah, it's a shitty TV, but hey, it gets a job done for $230.
TVs are one of the technologies where it's like it lasts forever. Like
Yeah, exactly.
and right now the 4K is, it's a lot more common, so the prices are so much lower than what they were a couple of years ago.
Exactly.
Yeah, even last year, I'm sure you can get some good deals on like good brand TVs, 4K TVs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at Best Buy, I saw they had a 4K TV. It was a Toshiba, and they're selling it for $200. And I think it was like
Yeah, it's-
55 inches.
Just gotta make sure it has
Damn.
HDR.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
HDR is I think the key. The
Mhm.
10-bit display HDR, like the full.
Yeah, because I feel like that's a bigger difference than actual 4K.
when I was in San Diego, I had the pleasure of playing Horizon. It was a 1080p TV, but it had HDR, and the difference was noticeable. Like it looked gorgeous. So yeah, you have to look out for HDR for sure.
Okay, that's one thing I'll keep in mind.
Yeah.
Because I mean, look, if the colors pop, hell yeah, I'm aboard.
Oh, those colors were popping for sure.
Okay, and that's why I wanted the OLED, because OLED makes colors pop already, and I can't imagine what it looks
so
like.
beautiful.
Yeah, I can't imagine what it looks like on top of HDR.
Yeah,
Like fuck.
put on Horizon and just watch your eyes bleed.
Yeah, exactly. Just
Yeah.
pure amazingness.
Or just play it on like your classic Vita.
Yeah, that too.
With remote play, every game is on Vita.
Yep. If you
Every
got the
game
original
is on an
Vita.
OLED screen.
Yep.
Yep.
I love the original OLED Vita. Like, if you don't have the OLED Vita, like, you're doing something wrong.
I got the Slim just because I was a late adopter and it was easier to get. But man, I wish I got the OLED because it's bigger
Yeah.
too, and I like big handhelds.
It's chunky. Like, it doesn't feel flimsy like the Vita 2000 does. I mean, no offense, but like, yeah,
It's
a
very
little
thin.
flimsy.
It's a little
Yeah.
Thin. I can't justify buying another one, but I might just
No,
look
yeah.
around. I might just look around.
You'd be
Real-
surprised. I've seen those things on like Craigslist for like $100.
I don't
And
want
they-
anybody's Craigslist Vita. I don't want to know what their hands have been touching.
Okay.
In the box,
Even on eBay,
no,
you can find them.
brand new in the box or bust. I can't.
Really?
Even with controllers too. I'm like
Never.
I don't want to know. I don't want to have anybody else touch this.
I get the controllers.
Yeah.
But handhelds,
really-
you gotta make a sacrifice.
Yeah, because I bought my Vita used from Nico actually, and then I remember a couple years after that he was regretting selling it to me. So this year he went out and bought a new one,
Nice.
and now he's not playing it anymore, and he regrets buying two
Oh,
Vitas.
damn.
Rip.
Did he at least play Persona and Freedom Wars and Uncharted?
I let him borrow Persona 4, so yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how far he got through it, but he didn't borrow it for too long, so I have a feeling he barely touched it.
Can we get another Freedom Wars, please, Sony? Appreciate it. Like full-fledged, like PS4.
I didn't play too much of that.
I love how that
We
game
got
plays.
that Monster Hunter Worlds.
That's true, but like I want like Spider-Man with guns again and
Spider-Man
giant
with
mech
guns.
monster things and prison. Like something about that mixture
more
is just
prison games.
yeah, more prison games. We need more prison games with million year life sentences. I need some more of that.
We need more Vita games.
It's
Even
dead.
though it's not,
No,
it's not happening.
It's not happening. So just support Secret of Mana remake because that'll be like the last I think big release.
Is there a
That's-
single Vita mention at Paris Games Week?
No, none. It is dead.
Nope.
Square
Yeah, it's
Enix
dead.
is the only people that are gonna support it. Like I feel like after that, like it's just gonna be the same obscure weird Japanese stuff that we always get. Like
And then-
with the names you can't even pronounce.
Plus indies though.
Plus
Bro,
indies. But I
Yeah.
feel like they're all moving to Switch because that's where the money is now.
Oh yeah. No.
Which is fine.
The Vita's not their bread and butter anymore. Their
Nope.
bread and butter is the Switch. Which
They wanna be
Rightfully so.
indies.
Rightfully so. Put all those games on Switch.
Yeah.
What was this topic?
Black Friday.
Black Friday.
Black Friday.
I get so distracted in my brain.
For
Okay.
me, I'm not going Black Friday shopping. I told my mom though, hey, I'll look at the ads, circle some stuff. You go out and get me these things.
Just come back. Don't come back if you don't have this, and at least this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she actually enjoyed doing that. Like when I was a kid, like fighting people over like a ammo or something.
Gotta do
Yeah,
it for
she's
my
like-
Eli.
She's
Oh my
I have a
God.
good mom. I
ready to
guess.
throw down.
No, yeah, your mom sounds awesome. She'll throw down
Yeah.
for Elmo.
Yeah, and she's
Or Tickle
every
Me
year she's
Elmo.
like- yeah, I did have a Tickle Me Elmo, and I had a dancing Barney.
Nice. We should talk about
Did she
Barney one of
fight
these
some-
days. That's a whole another topic on and of itself.
It is. It's up there with
it's not.
Teletubbies.
There's some dark stuff behind Barney.
Yeah,
I don't
there's
wanna
got to be like a
bring up.
rich rich universe behind that. It's like why are all these kids here? Like where are their
There's some
parents?
creepy pasta.
Oh, I bet there's some creepypasta. That's
I'm pretty sure there's probably a 2-hour long creepypasta of Barney. I'm sure that's a thing.
all narrated, all on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's
Hey.
probably some Rule 34 with him and his friends. Unfortunately,
No. mean,
the
there
internet's
is,
a
but-
dark. The internet's a dark place.
I'm sure there's some people out there enjoying that, but
Like that big old purple dinosaur. That's all I
Yep.
can get off to these days.
purple dinosaur. Women aren't cutting it nowadays. Not,
I
they're
mean,
purple.
Not
purple.
only dinosaur porn, but person in dinosaur
Yeah, like
dinosaur costume.
it's got to be
porn.
meta. It's got to be.
I mean, hey, that's better than screwing an octopus. So.
That's true. Segue.
Yeah.
That's
Safer.
yeah. Don't
Point saver.
wouldn't recommend trying to screw an octopus. It might actually
No.
eat your dick off. And
No,
then you're
yeah,
gonna have
it
they
actually.
eat meat.
yeah, that's not a
If-
good thing. But he lived out his fantasy for a solid few minutes.
And I'm sure he loved that, getting his wiener eaten alive.
This is what I've always dreamed of.
It's just like the hentai, Mom. It's real.
Are you proud of me?
You listen to too much metal music and you're satanic.
Yeah. What was the quote? I gotta find the quote of his mom because that was too
He said
funny.
hentai wouldn't get me anywhere now. Look.
Yeah. You told
Like
me I was a
Mom.
degenerate. Oh man, where is
My
it?
sex
Where is
organ is gone.
I'm in the headlines.
Yep. I got my 15 minutes of fame because I liked hentai.
it? And my 15 minutes of pure euphoria before my dick got eaten off.
Yeah. He lost his virginity to an octopus.
He lost more than just his virginity.
He lost it all. I feel bad for him because, I mean, what is he going to do being dickless?
I mean, he said he's gonna get. The doctor said if he gets reconstructive surgery, it'll be like nothing happened.
Dang, that. Yeah, wow. Okay, I guess that makes sense because if women can have dicks, then why can't men have their dick back? You know?
That's pretty solid logic.
I mean,
It's true.
That checks out. It checks out.
If an inverted penis can become a real penis, so then why can't I get my penis back?
I mean, I can't refute that. I don't know how to refute that.
Man is saying that right now to his doctors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, so-
You're like shrugging your shoulders, like, "Hey, come on, you can do it."
Let me know. Tell me this. Riddle me this.
He gave Bruce Jenner, his penis, or no, his vagina. So
It's like you
why can't you give me a penis?
reverse that.
Yeah, do a reverse of that. Just do your doctor thing.
Can I have
go-
his?
Yeah. Yeah. Can I have a famous penis, please?
Is there like a catalog of like people who've bought
Yeah.
each other's off?
I'm sure you have that
Penis
like.
donors.
I'm sure you have that frozen somewhere. Just go out and thaw it, and then like sew it on to where mine used to be.
It's like, oh, this
That'll
is
work,
disappointing.
right?
This is way more disappointing. than what happened.
So I'm an organ
Yeah.
donor. Is that like included in the things that they'll, give to people in need?
It's
I mean,
2017.
it is a
like,
sexual organ.
I mean, anything can happen now.
Don't discount it.
So
Yeah.
I scrolled up
I
way
would not.
further than I thought it was. So here's the quote from his mom after this all went down. I knew he was into heavy metal music and weird satanic stuff, but I didn't know it was that bad, added his mother in tears. I know he was
Like
fucking
heavy
weird.
metal, but I think he'd fucking octopus.
Yeah, dude.
This is so much
That's
worse
like-
than I imagined.
That's like quote of the year. Like that's something like
Like,
South Park would do an
that's-
episode on.
I can't believe
Yes,
this article is real.
please.
I cannot believe this isn't satire.
Yeah, I know. Oh man, that guy's a legend. I'd love to meet
I
him.
mean,
like,
legend is a word for it, I guess.
yeah, well, in his own way, he's a legend. But I'd like to see what was going on through his head.
He's like, you know what? I got dreams. I got desires. I'm gonna shoot for the stars. I'm gonna do it. And then he was passed out, partially naked and bleeding. That's some people's dreams. I don't know.
Because this was on like one of those Facebook groups, and someone in the comments was like, "Oh, why didn't he stick it in one of his air holes?" and then the one guy was like, "Oh, because air holes are for pussies."
Oh gosh.
Oh God.
I don't think the octopus would have really appreciated that either, though. That might have led to
No.
biting happening.
Instead of a tasting stack, it was like, oh, I can't breathe now.
Yeah. You plug up this one hole out of my many. How many holes do they have?
I didn't know they had air holes other than
They
like
gotta have a
mouth.
lot. I mean, they have like their beak and like
And then
their
they got the little suction things.
little suction
You don't
things.
you don't want to
Suction
fuck with the
cups.
suction cups. Literally.
Yeah.
You don't want to
no.
fuck the suction cups.
No, you don't. How many? I'm just go. How many air
How many
holes?
holes in an octopus?
How many holes in an octopus? Let's find out. Octopus hole. Wikipedia. Alright. So, alright, so it's a conservation area. That wasn't as satisfying as I did.
Oh.
Oh wow! What a
Octopu-
name though.
Yeah, octopus hole.
Oh no.
Alright, so we're on an octopus FAQ.
Oh dear.
How many species of octopuses are there? Over 100. Is every octopus venomous? Yes. So
Yes.
he might have another issue.
Yep. It's a little
What-
bit pointless.
What about that octopus beak? The beak is the only hard part of an octopus and squid's body. It is located on the lower side of the body, and the mouth is a. I'm not gonna. These are a lot of really complicated octopus words that I'm not gonna try to pronounce.
Well, octopus jargon.
So there's some eye
Yeah.
facts. So they have 2 eyes with excellent vision. They have rotating
Okay.
eyes. They have an ability to align their eyes horizontally, even though the body may be aligned at any angle. They have no blind spots. They can always see everything.
Whoa.
Their pupils are horizontal, while ours are round, and they are nearsighted, and they can't see much past 8 feet. And they have polarized vision, which allows them to see every nearly invisible creatures like jellyfish. So the more you know.
Whoa.
No word on the air holes, however.
It's not confirmed yet. So
Can
is
octopus
the
be
beak
kept as pets? Yes, but read this guide, and then there's like a PDF link.
gotta have like 100-gallon tank or something ridiculous to keep them in. But is its beak? Is that its mouth? Like,
Basic.
is it-
It's complicated.
Huh.
I'm not an expert.
It's like
So-
a bird
so-
beak, right?
Let me see.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
imagining.
and it's like has like a ton of pressure. Like once they bite down, like you're not getting out. Octopus.
Yeah.
Octopus beak facts.
Clearly.
Yeah, it's gonna stay in there. It's gonna
Hold
end
on,
up
hold
digesting
on.
it. What?
I googled octopus air holes, and there's a whole there's a thing called Octopus Facts. There's a page called Octopus Facts, but the website that it's on is whalefacts.org.
God
So
damn it!
I'm
It's not a
very
reputable
confused.
source.
We have to go deeper.
Yeah, what do these guys know about fucking octopus holes? This is a whale hour.
They're not even the same thing.
I hope
Oh
my
my
mom
God.
does not hear this.
Hi, Micah's mom. Do you know
Hi,
about
sorry.
octopus facts?
Yeah,
No,
well,
this is just
Leave it in the comments below.
yeah, because you
aqua
probably have a YouTube account.
marine
Wait, no,
biology
probably
podcast
Okay.
now.
Yeah, no. So this is your number one source for uneducated octopus facts.
Yep.
We don't know what we're talking about, but we're gonna say it anyway.
Yes, I mean that's what it all is. That's all it's about. We have to talk about stuff we don't know, and we're not going to support it, but kind of support it with well facts.
I'm trying to find facts, but there's really no word on the air holes. I don't know if they're air
Yeah,
holes.
I
are
see
a thing
nothing.
anymore.
Do they exist?
Yeah, do they even exist? Does this person on the Facebook group even know what's happening? Like,
Because this is on the Comedy Button Facebook group, so who knows what
oh,
they're
that's not
thinking.
surprising. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
who knows what's going on over there? It's very strange. It's very strange.
Because they call everyone butts.
Oh,
Like,
God.
like that's their version of the KFBFs.
I need to get in that group. What did
Yeah,
you find,
it's-
Eli? What did you find?
All right, so this is a little off topic.
Okay.
But still on whalefacts.org, they're trending. Some of their trending pages are blue whale penis.
Whale of a good time.
Just the blue one. Just the blue ones.
Yeah, just the blue ones. False killer whale. I'm sure that's a thing, but like,
So
I'm
conspiracy.
sorry.
It's a tinfoil
Not
hat.
real. Never happened.
There aren't actually killer whales. It's all just it's an octopus conspiracy.
Yep.
And what do dolphins mean in dreams?
What? What does that
What do
even
you-
mean?
I,
I don't understand.
I guess if you dream about a dolphin, like there's something going on in
Oh,
your
like,
head, like
just
probably, like,
significance.
a pedophile.
Like just dreaming about a dolphin in general,
It's
or
like, there's some kind of emotional resonance there.
yeah, like something's going on there, some sort of attraction.
So it turns out like the human brain, like it when you dream, it excretes like a hormone that's specific to animals, and so if you dream of a dolphin, it's like so and so. I'm making all this up.
I mean, that makes sense because dolphins they have pleasure from sex like humans do.
Yeah, they're
So
smart. They know what's
there's
up.
there's that bridge, you know. I mean, I hear for other animals it's extremely painful. Like for
Yeah,
cats,
It's bad. They
like-
claw each other to death, half to death.
yeah. And I guess like the cat penis, it goes inside and it's like, it has like barbs and whatnot, so it just latches on inside
oh
there.
my god.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Nature is
so-
scary, man.
yeah, it is very scary. I don't
Watch
get.
that anatomically correct Ducktales theme.
I'd rather
If you
not.
want to know more.
I'd rather not.
Please
Dude,
no.
duck dick is like terrifying. That is the stuff of
Around that duck
nightmares.
dick.
Yeah, that is nightmare fuel.
Imagine a corkscrew, people.
Uh,
Made of flesh.
Please no.
Or turtles too. Like that's a little terrifying. Have you ever
Oh
watched,
yeah, there's the
have you ever watched
Teenage
turtles have
Mutant
sex?
Ninja Turtles
No,
one.
no. I
Oh, yeah.
don't mean mutant turtles. I just mean turtles.
Real turtles, not the mutant ones.
Right.
They make sounds.
Just as bad.
Yeah, they make sounds. Yeah, a little schooling. Like that.
Oh my gosh.
They're having a
yeah,
good time.
just Google turtle penis. It's really fascinating. It's like it's like almost the length of their entire body.
Oh my
Or
god.
YouTube turtle sex if you want an actual good time.
If you want to get really educational,
Jesus.
if you just want to like
Or just go to your local zoo, you know.
sometimes you might go see
Hang
happen.
out until the turtles.
Quick fact.
Got-
I was in 4-H for a while, and I had a bunny I had to show off, and there's this one part where you have to show their penis, like
Nice.
to the judge.
Oh, wow.
You legit do. Like you have to like kind of pull back the foreskin, and its penis pops out. Like
Interesting.
yeah,
Pops out, huh?
it does. And that's the only thing I can remember about 4-H was that.
Just scarred for life.
Yeah, it was different. And then I remember after doing that, showing it to the judge, the bunny freaked out and started scratching me.
Yeah, he's a modest bunny. He's like,
Yeah.
don't show me that.
Why do the judges need to see that though?
Yeah, it's so
It's-
weird.
It's just a part of it, like, oh, you know, how good is
Who has the bigger dick?
It's a part of the
yeah,
process.
yeah, exactly. Like, oh, how good is the sexual organs?
We're
or-
gonna cull out the beta males.
Yep. Gotta find the best of the best.
Is this bunny a cuck?
Shrug.
Maybe. Maybe. But really, what all it was about was like just trying to sell your animals. Like, oh, maybe it's worth something because his wiener is bigger. I don't know.
You got to keep the bloodline strong.
Yep. You know, gotta look into their genetics. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you know.
Looking to buy breeding bunny, no
Yeah.
cucks.
He has a hint of like hair in there. Like, no, it's not gonna work out.
That's
Like,
not
he's
gonna,
not,
sorry.
he's not part of this prestigious bloodline.
You're the
Kill it.
you're
you
not the
know?
one. Yeah.
Not the one. Burn him. Like, I don't know.
Leave him out in the wild.
Burn them, no.
That's
Not
animal.
burn.
That's animal cruelty, sir.
I don't know. Just cook them up and eat them. Like, I'm sure people eat bunny out
Yeah,
there.
absolutely. Rabbit stew. and all
Yeah,
that.
Not bunny.
it's like chicken.
Not bunny. I don't know what's the difference. Is it just like
Not
an
bunny.
age? Is it just like an age thing? I don't quite
Bunny and
understand.
rabbit.
The little ones that people have like as pets.
Yeah.
Rabbits.
Is it like a
are
breeding
fucking
thing?
Big.
Yeah, like jackrabbits, especially, they're just like ginormous. But
Yeah,
um,
they're big fuckers. But yeah, Black Friday.
Yeah. So I'm gonna buy an octopus for Black Friday because just nothing else does it for me anymore.
You think PetSmart has some deals?
Oh yeah, just like a giant full-size octopus for $10,000, if not more.
Can
Just
I
walk
fit
into
this in a
Pet
bag?
Yeah. Can I one, fit this in a bag? Two, can I have sex with it?
It's like, no, you have to take a full-sized like work truck and put a tarp in the back, fill it up with water, and then put the octopus in there, and then wheel it home, and then put it inside your bathtub or
And
your
then the fun
jacuzzi.
begins.
And then the fun.
Yes. Oh no.
The
Oh no.
jacuzzi?
Uh, this is the one. This is the one that we get in trouble for.
Are we gonna get in trouble? Who's gonna get us in
this is a
trouble?
real song.
Max just bailed. He's just not even here. Oh, there he is.
Yeah,
He's
he's
just like,
I'm gonna
I'm
lose
out.
my job over
I'm
this.
out. I'm out.
Whoa,
What?
I'm here.
Yep.
I just like we were just talking about horrible things, and then I just thought you were gone. He's like, all right, he's finally done. He's had enough.
Yeah.
This
It's
is
like,
too
I'm out,
much.
guys.
This is too much.
Yep.
I'm
Well,
not
my
losing-
dad
too
came
much
in
fun.
earlier because we have like a fruit tart, and I was like, okay, this is a good time. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna go get some
Yeah.
fruit tart and
just
come
gonna
back.
slip out. What do you got against octopuses?
Hopefully, when I come back, they're
come
done
out.
talking about this, so I can enjoy my fruit tart.
Yeah, no, we're done. Your appetite
Alright.
is intact.
I mean, this is
Alright,
your
cool.
topic, Max. You brought this
I
up.
True.
know.
This is
on yourself.
This is technically yours.
Yo, you guys segued into all of this shit.
Amazing. All right, so yeah. So any
You're steering the ship.
final thoughts on Black Friday?
Go and get an octopus.
Don't go get
But-
an octopus. It's crazy.
but-
Amazon's great. Amazon's the future. They're gonna take over
Yeah.
the world.
Yep. But don't have sex with octopuses.
No,
'cause
don't do it.
you'll- Octopi, actually. That's the plural, if I'm not, mistaken. But
Yeah.
don't have sex with them. You might lose your dick in the process.
No, it's you
Don't do
will.
it.
You will. That beak is powerful.
Yep. And it's illegal, so don't do it, please. You heard it here first.
Okay, so
Go out. Respect the octopi.
respect the octopi. Put that on a shirt too.
Because it's illegal.
Yep. That's a new shirt. Respect the
yeah.
octopi.
Because it's illegal. Your left eye does. All right, so my topic. I'm gonna do mine next, if you don't mind. So
We don't mind.
I wanted to talk
Hit us.
about contemporary / historical fiction versus fantastical / escapist fiction. So basically, do you prefer works of fiction to take place like in our world and like do you like realistic fiction, or do you like things that take place in like crazy, outlandish, like fantasy or sci-fi? Like, which do you prefer, or is variety the spice of life?
Damn.
Micah,
What would you classify Harry
Okay.
Potter?
Harry Potter, that's escapist. Like
Okay.
that has
Is it?
It's kind of in the middle ground, because I'm saying like
Because that's on
Hmm.
Earth.
it's on Earth,
Mother-
but it's very much, it has like its own world to it. Like it's the whole world that we don't see. So it's kind of in the middle ground area, but I wouldn't consider that realistic fiction by any means.
So does that like discount like anything like remotely fiction?
No, like it can be like realistic fiction, like like a lot of movies take place, like in our world, but it might be like heightened. It
Like-
might have not necessarily realism, but like has either in history or modern day,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. It doesn't have to be like a documentary. I just mean like realistic fiction or escapist, like crazy, like Star Wars, Harry Potter, stuff like that stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
For me, yeah, I'd more prefer like stuff that's going on in our world. I mean, like, just because you can relate to it more.
Yeah.
Like, stuff going on in far off galaxies, far, far away, fucking thousands of years ago or thousands of years in the future. Like, I can't relate to that.
I
You
can't
guys are
relate
doing-
to their struggles, man.
No, you guys are doing stuff differently. You're eating stuff out of weird cups. Like, I'm over here being
Weird
I'm over here being a normal person, eating stuff out of a normal plate with my fork and spoon,
Okay.
my knife for my butter.
That's what you get hung up on, the silverware.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, you have your like weird drinks appearing out of nowhere, or they're like coming out of the tables. Like, I don't know.
This
But
is
it's
the
not
hang up.
magic?
It's
Yeah, I don't know how they eat things. It's always bothered me. Like, you have your weird space food. Like, you guys are eating octopuses. I'm sure they're not eating you. But
Star Wars, they're walking around and eating with you.
yeah,
It's weird.
and then you got your weird instruments too.
All these weird instruments you got to
Jeez.
worry about.
Yeah, like those weird things in Star Wars where they had, like the flute thing. That's
That flute is dope.
where it
Cantina
looks like it's
band?
like it's becoming like part of them. It's not how it works.
That's not how that works. They have that like sweet like keyboard though, like the 360-degree keyboard.
Yeah,
that's
shout
pretty
out
cool.
to Max Rebo.
Dude, Max Rebo. What was in the modal nodes, right? If I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
exactly.
Those are my dudes. I want to spin off with them. Man. So you're hung up on silverware and musical instruments. Okay.
Yes.
You just can't relate. You just cannot relate.
I
Wow.
not yeah. It cannot just be normal. Like I want things to be normal.
I can see
Don't-
that.
Yeah.
See, I have the opposite kind of tendency where I like to experience. So we get a lot, real life. We get a lot of the real world. So I kind of really enjoy seeing things that are fantastical and like crazy, like stuff I can't see. Like I'm really like going back to Assassin's Creed. Like I really enjoy this, but like I couldn't help but like want to be gravitated toward a more fantastical world. Like I love the historical setting, but especially in games, like I like to see something that aren't real and that I wouldn't otherwise be able to experience. Like you can go to Egypt and see all of these things, but of course not in the nearly pristine conditions that you would in the context of the game. But I like seeing things that either don't exist or you can't experience otherwise, if that makes sense. I of course like a lot of contemporary fiction too, like obviously, but I want to see things that are impossible and fantastical, usually.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a huge fucking nerd.
I mean,
Yeah.
we have a podcast. We're fucking nerds.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're all in the same boat there.
I
Eating our
respect that.
octopuses.
I'm not. You are.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Admiral Akbar. He's like, shut the fuck. Why are you doing that?
But hey, you're able to have those in the soup, like the little octopus. Yeah, I've had
just
those
have them in
before.
the soup. It's good.
They taste like rubber, and they're not too bad. But anyways, let's stop talking about this.
How about you, Max?
I prefer like I don't know. It depends on what I'm in the mood for. So I guess I like both.
Yeah, mood is a huge part of it for me too. Actually,
I really like those movies that are like based on historical events. I really think those are cool.
yeah.
You guys were talking about Hacksaw Ridge earlier. I actually saw that a couple of weekends ago. I was like, wow, this guy is amazing. I had no idea about his story or anything. Like, that's really cool. And then I love Harry Potter. So, just both spectrums, both sides of the spectrum. And as I said, I love Assassin's Creed. So, historical. I actually always, at school, I really liked history in general as a subject. So I guess it makes sense that I like real life situations like that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, there's nothing more fascinating than history, but like you said, like mood is a big part of it. It's like I'll have like stints of like I only consume like stuff of like a certain genre or whatever sometimes, and then sometimes I'll only want like real things or like history lessons type stuff. So yeah, it's just how I'm feeling. But if I had to pick one or the other, definitely prefer like crazy stuff, like especially stuff that like sci-fi where you can kind of have like the best of both worlds, where you can kind of like when we talked about Halo earlier, it's like I can definitely see like how we could get to this place, and just kind of like the philosophical like just thinking about where we are now and how we're gonna end up there, just kind of stuff like that. And then also, but yeah, like you said, like Hacksaw Ridge and like World War II movies, just thinking like, wow, these people went through this. Like it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Eli?
I think he's taking a little break.
Little break. All right. So Eli will come back to us in a second. So,
Yeah.
I would almost consider something like The Last of Us to be kind of in the former, because it still kind of takes place in our world, except obviously with the outbreak, and kind of the same with a lot of post-apocalyptic stuff. But then something like Fallout, where it's very alternate history, and that's like a totally different thing. So you can even have fairly similar things be on different like opposite ends of the spectrum, and still be just as effective. Like the whole big thing with Fallout is like the microchip was never invented. So basically, like after a certain point, like it just diverged into a totally different direction, which then made it sci-fi as opposed to like real world, where you'd go back beforehand and it would all be like the same as history. So it's just like execution on an idea, and is important, and then also just wit and dealing with history, being authentic, and then either basing off a real person or not. Just kind of differentiating between those two, because like there are a lot of things that are based off real people, and they take so many liberties that they might as well not be based off real people, which really bothers me a lot of the time. Which is the case in a lot of movies, unfortunately. It's like, why don't you just make an original character and make him interact with historical figures? And like with Assassin's Creed, it's like you're always the most important person in history, especially with 3. Like that's something that really bothered me with 3. It's like Connor was a part of every single major revolutionary thing. He was like he was there at the Boston Tea Party. He was he was there at Lexington and Concord. He was there like just like every like with Paul Revere. Like he was on the horse with Paul Revere. It's like it's ridiculous. So
Oh my god.
Assassin's Creed kind of balances the crazy sci-fi stuff with the historical stuff, and a lot of people don't like the crazy sci-fi stuff, and I get that, but I always thought that fusion was interesting.
It was interesting because it's taking a twist on what you already know and love from, history, but it's taking its own twist, which is interesting because history is history. It's just it's never gonna change, or we learn about history so we don't repeat it in the future, but things always repeat, so it's always gonna be the same no matter what we do.
And the whole thing, like history is told by the victors. It's like we don't really know what happened. Like if you go back far enough, it's like, did this really happen this way? I don't know. So I know this isn't a video podcast, but we have 3 Eli's on our Google Hangout chat right now.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on there.
Lots of Eli's.
It's okay.
Hangouts hates me.
The more Eli's, the better.
The more there's too many Eli's, they're multiplying too fast. Oh no!
Taking over the world. Oh
yeah, but we were just gonna ask you, Eli, which one do you prefer? If you heard the whole initial spiel.
Yeah. I guess I gotta go with like the more fantastic type of fiction. I do really, really love superheroes, and I feel like that's what they would fall into.
Yeah. There are some like kind of like street level characters that you could almost classify like kind of like more like a Daredevil. You could classify more in like the former of just kind of like exaggerated reality. But like stuff like especially like DC, like how like they have like only like a few real cities and like a lot of made up locations. Like it definitely falls into a very fantastical.
Because like DC, they make up cities like Metropolis and Gotham, whereas like the MCU and Marvel, they stick to cities we know, like New York City and whatnot.
And I like both. It's like having Marvel, like you can be in places that you recognize, like having Spider-Man be in New York, like that has a kind of relatability to it.
Yeah.
But then also I like the escapism of like seeing these cities and like the DC stuff that don't exist, and like with crazy technology and these crazy, like train systems and blimps that fly around like it's the 40s or earlier.
Yeah.
Like I really dig that kind of stuff. So it's kind of like pros and cons for each.
And like I loved how Infamous Second Son took place in Seattle. Like that's here in Washington. That's a place I've been to a couple times. So it's kind of relatable. Like, hey, I recognize the Space Needle. I recognize the spot.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just really neat seeing that. Like combining fiction with nonfiction. It's something special about it.
Yeah,
like,
there's a special feeling about seeing something you're familiar with, but blown up into this crazy exaggerated way. I know, like like the Golden Gate Bridge always gets destroyed in movies and stuff too.
Like it was destroyed in X-Men 3. I'm pretty sure
that's not the first one I'd go to, but yeah, it did happen.
And there was something about the Golden Gate Bridge and one of the Planet of the Apes movies.
Yep, the first one.
Yeah, I don't know if they destroyed it.
They just kind of crossed it, and then
they crossed it and they got shot at.
Yeah.
That's all I can think of for right now for the Golden Gate Bridge, but
just too many to count.
Yeah.
Godzilla is another one I just googled.
Godzilla, the newest one.
Yeah. Yeah, 2014 Godzilla.
Dang.
Did you guys like
forgot
that
about
movie? 'Cause I actually really enjoy it.
I never
Yeah.
saw it.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
There's
I mean, it has Bryan Cranston.
it has Bryan Cranston in it, but it's a really bad bait and switch where it's like you think he's gonna be the main character and he dies like 10 minutes in. Sorry, spoilers. And then it's this
Whoa.
other punk kid
I
the
don't
whole
need to
time.
see it.
Yeah, yeah. If you haven't seen it by now, you'll probably be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, it's gonna be Bryan Cranston and Godzilla the whole time. You're gonna see Godzilla.
Holy shit, there's a ton of movies. sf.wikia.com. There's so many.
Oh my god. But yeah, it ends up being that kid from Kick Ass.
Yeah,
no one
he's
cared
not.
about.
I'm not a fan of him, but
No.
the times that Godzilla does appear, it's really cool, and like Gareth Edwards did a
very.
really great job of making him feel gigantic. So
He's fucking huge, yeah.
just like the way that they cleverly, masked him for better or worse, I thought was really cool. And then when you do like fully see him, like I thought the payout, like the payoff, excuse me, was there, but I don't seem to be on the majority on that one.
According to this wiki page, there's 20 movies that destroy the Golden Gate Bridge.
Superman did it too, I think.
Yeah.
Magneto did it.
Magneto
Yep,
did it.
Magneto, yep.
Monsters vs. Aliens, Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus, topical. The 2009 Star Trek, Terminator Salvation. Tons of stuff.
How did they do in Star Trek? They went to Earth?
Yeah, they were on Earth. So Captain Nero, the villain in the movie, drills in the San Francisco Bay in order to deposit red matter into Earth in order to destroy it. I don't know.
What the hell?
I honestly don't remember any of that happening, despite really enjoying them.
Yeah.
That was a while ago.
Oh yeah, Pacific Rim, it got destroyed.
Oh, okay. I feel like
Star Trek Into Darkness as well.
they destroyed it again.
Yeah.
It wasn't destroyed enough the first time they went
No.
back.
Like in every movie, they just go and destroy it. Every Star Trek movie.
So I guess like the Federation like Academy is an SF for some reason.
Everything's
Okay.
in that stuff. Yep.
I'm down.
San Andreas 2015. The city is completely destroyed in this film.
So that includes the bridge.
Yeah.
Jeez. Good times.
And then the movie
Uh,
San Francisco, which attempts to reenact history by depicting the 1906 earthquake that practically leveled San Francisco. For sheer destruction value, this movie wins, and historical relevance.
Mm-hmm.
Leave the Golden Gate
that's-
Bridge alone.
Temporary fiction right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. A bridge can only be rebuilt so many times, and then, like, why?
It's a
Give it a break.
easily
please.
recognizable landmark.
Like go and destroy the Space Needle for once. Or-
Do people care about the Space Needle that much to destroy it?
Not really.
I feel like every city has like a Space Needle type looking thing.
Yeah.
We need a tourist attraction. Quick. Build something ridiculous.
build a fucking needle.
Like there's so many cities that have that.
Build a fucking needle.
Yeah, I
it's
feel
not
like
even
there
a
are.
needle-looking thing.
Yeah.
Build like an actual giant needle.
It needs to be obnoxious.
Yeah, just a giant pinpoint needle. Like it looks super
It
sharp.
goes into space.
Yeah, live up to the
Make it be
name.
our defense mechanism.
And stop charging so much so you can ride up into the stupid needle. No one wants to pay fucking $20
They
for
know
an
people.
elevator.
They know people do it.
Yeah.
I need Godzilla 2 to take place in Seattle, so they can just destroy the Space Needle instead.
Oh,
I'd
you
be
know
down
he's
with
gonna
that.
Pick it up and like
Chuck it
Well,
at
yeah.
somebody. That would be
stab
so
someone with
cool.
it.
That would be
He's gonna
so
use it.
cool.
Like to shish kebab something. I'm sure.
That sounds awesome to me. I don't know. I
Yeah.
get on that.
He's gonna shish kebab like a whole bus or
A
something
whole
like
bus. You know how many
that.
whole bus.
that.
Godzilla.
Yeah, a whole school bus. He's gonna eat it.
What's the climax of the movie? So Godzilla picks up the Space Needle to super pinpoint accurately stab one school bus and then credits.
It's just him gobbling all the little kids inside.
Oh my god, it's dark. He's supposed to be like the good guy.
Well,
He still gets hungry.
yeah, he
We
has to have some
hungry.
little kids once in a while.
So the
You see how-
climax of Godzilla 2, he says, "We hungry." Lifts a space needle and stabs
You
a
see-
bus full of kids and eats them.
Yeah, you see all the kids like flying out of the bus.
Ah! Godzilla, why? You were supposed to save us. That's
I don't want
horrifying.
to be your life.
Terrifying.
Those poor kids.
I don't want
Save
to
the
think about
kids. No,
that. What was this topic? I just wants us
we're still on the
further-
right track.
We're still on the right track, kind of.
Yeah.
I know we've talked about
We're
like
not
previously, like with Matt, like he definitely prefers like contemporary, like modern day stuff. I don't know
Oh, really?
if Emma is, yeah.
But he likes Shrek.
He likes Shrek, but like even like we were talking about L.A. Noir for some reason, but he was saying like he would definitely prefer a more modern setting. Where I was totally opposite. I'm like this having the setting like in the 40s like that was way more interesting to me.
Okay.
Just so like I said before, so you can see things that you just can't see. Like you can go down to L.A. now. It's like that's not interesting to me as much. But going back in time and seeing it through that lens, I think is way more interesting. But yeah, he definitely prefers modern day stuff from what I know. And then I don't know if I talked about it with Emma, but she likes Star Wars a lot, so we could draw conclusions. Maybe.
Really?
I
'Cause,
know.
like,
I know.
Just- Wow.
Because I was gonna say like LA Noir in like current day times, wouldn't that just be GTA 5?
With
That's exactly what I was
detectives, it
gonna
would just be
say.
with like instead of being a bank robber, you're a detective, which I'm still down for. I'd play that game, but I definitely like even like while we're on the topic of Rockstar games, I love Red Dead Redemption way more than any of the GTA's because of that historical factor. I just think that's way more intriguing to play. Like I can go down to Los Angeles, I can go to New York City now, I can see all these landmarks. I'm not gonna steal cars and run them into military bases and all this shit, but that's where the escapism comes in for those games. But being in the West as this bounty hunter is, I think, just this more compelling overall to me.
But I don't want to play as your shitty kid.
Yeah,
Please no.
It's we're gonna be this curmudgeonly dude currently.
Yeah, and he looks cool, but he still sounds like a little kid. No, thank you. I didn't like that.
Oh, you mean his son?
Yeah, his son.
I was talking about
I
the
did-
guy for 2.
Oh,
yeah.
no. Yeah, I was talking about first Red Dead Redemption or Red Dead 2 or whatever you want to call it.
And
But
Red Dead 2 prequel, luckily, because there's no Wild West left after Red Dead 1.
okay,
So
yeah.
it would just be prohibition at that point.
No alcohol, guys. But yeah, that's a good game. I'm excited for the sequel. And
Yeah.
that,
Who isn't?
yeah. Yeah, for me, I love the hell out of Red Dead Redemption. I got way more into it than I ever did in any of the GTA games, just because of the setting.
Yeah.
Like I grew up watching westerns with my dad, so this was like that perfect transition right into video games. Like fuck, I love westerns already. Like this game's great.
There's just something
love
in
the
our
hell out of it.
There's just something in our blood about just that era, and just having that fantasy.
Like a lot happened
American
there. Like
kids love it.
So much.
like there's a reason why they call the internet the Wild West. Like it's because
Do
it's
they
like
say
that
that?
time.
Do
Yeah, they
say that?
do.
Okay.
Yeah, the internet's like the Wild West.
I
Like,
agree with it. I feel like the dark
Still-
web is like the Wild West.
but no, that's like fucking like another like
That's like North Korea.
that's like revolutionary times.
That's
Yeah, that's like
yeah.
revolutionary times. Like there's way more going on there
Yeah, but
than
like,
you want to know about.
were there a
but-
lot of like hitmen and drug smuggling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's this one website where these women who share stories about their deceased unborn children.
Jesus.
It gets super dark.
I don't want to go there. That's not a place I want to. That's not a street I want to walk down.
It
No,
sounds
it-
like Reddit.
Yeah.
Reddit is the dark web confirmed.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can find dark web stuff on the normal internet, but there's some creepy stuff out there. I've gone there a few times. I've put on my hard hat and went under there and found some stuff. But
Boys.
they have the dot onions instead of the dot coms, which is different.
I did not know that. I'm not very educated.
Yeah, it's called dot onion. But
Is it because
yeah,
there's so many layers to it?
I
'Cause,
mean,
like,
hey, I wouldn't put it
Onions
past
have
it.
layers,
hmm
and Shrek has
Dot
layers.
ogre.
But
Yeah, dot ogre.
I'm sure there's a dot ogre. But shout out to this YouTuber. His name is or he goes by Some Ordinary Gamers or whatever. That's what his channel's
That's
called.
a
But he
terrible
has
channel name. I apologize, but that's
Yeah, I know.
pretty bad.
But anyways, he does a series called The Dark Web. I don't know, something like that. And he has like 100+ episodes, and each time he goes through and finds something different on the dark web. And there's so much fucked up shit he finds. But it's a really interesting watch if you don't want to go there yourself.
That's a good
He-
call.
he- yeah,
I'll
because
never.
I mean, you have to have like just protection on top of protection to like be safe there. Like what I did was I created a virtual machine in my PC, and then you have to have a VPN, so like the FBI doesn't know you're going there.
That
and
sounds like a
then-
lot of work.
It is a
Jesus
lot of work,
Christ.
but
I have
What's-
Not
Norton
worth.
security. Will that protect me?
I mean a little bit.
What will
That's like-
Avast do
Down.
for me? Like or
But
like the Windows security, whatever.
that's basically like a condom with a big old hole in it. Like it's not gonna work so well.
That's a great analogy.
Bill Gates is just like snip.
It's just a condom with the tip snipped off. It's not gonna work.
You'll pay for premium, you fucks. I don't know
But,
that's not what Bill Gates sounds like, but anyway. Any
He's very-
kind of.
is it? Well, I was a little bit more derogatory than I anticipated. But
he sounds like a normal dude.
yeah, just with a lot of money.
Yeah, lots of money.
Hella money.
Give me money, please, Bill Gates.
Yo, Bill Gates,
Please.
pay for my college, please.
Yeah, donate to our podcast.
Donate. We need to set up a donation link just in case somebody rich just
Yeah,
is like, oh, these poor souls. Like I'll just
Yeah.
throw them $50,000 just for the hell of it because
Oh.
they're clearly struggling.
that'd be so nice. Please.
Here's a donation link. $50,000 minimum.
If you don't have $50,000, you're not worth our time. Get out.
Yeah, $50,000 or GTFO.
We're really struggling right now.
Yeah.
I'll also
minimum
accept
of
Apple
Every
Pay.
dollar helps.
Yeah, every dollar helps. So we just 50,000 of them.
Yeah, every $50,000 donation helps.
We can get state of the art microphones and a professional sound studio, only with
Yep.
your support.
And we can all move
Only
to
with
one
your
central location.
50,000.
Yep.
We could actually have a livable wage in San Francisco. Maybe.
Please. Oh,
Anyway,
yeah.
any final thoughts on escapist versus contemporary fiction?
Yeah, one thing I gotta say, back to the superhero thing. Not that I don't like the Dark Knight franchise, but I feel like it was a little bit held back by its rules, I guess, in staying as contemporary and realistic as
It's
possible.
like, this is just Chicago. all this fucked up stuff that's going on, this is just Chicago.
That's
I mean,
true. There's probably
Chicago
someone
is fucked.
dressed as Batman in Chicago right now fighting someone.
I just mean all all the crime syndicates and stuff. I don't know if it's that bad, but yeah, it was an interesting take. I will never have it as my canon Batman for that reason, and that's why I prefer Ben Affleck's, just because he doesn't have the restriction. He can do all the crazy cool Batman stuff that is totally unrealistic. Yeah, you make a good point, but that's also I think a reason why it's so good is because it was able to exist without the craziness and still manage to make this crazy concept somewhat real. So yeah, I guess it's a kind of a double-edged sword because yeah, it is held back, but it also makes it kind of its own cool, unique thing.
Because the Dark Knight,
Yeah.
that would not fit in the same world as Superman.
No,
at
he
all.
could not exist. Superman
No.
could not exist in that world, and that's cool. And that's fine. That's its own
Mhm.
take.
Because in my eyes, the Dark Knight, Batman's the only one in there. None of the Justice League would fit at all. It'd be what the hell is this guy doing here?
I feel
Get out.
Not even someone like Green Arrow. He's even too much.
Yeah, even that. it's like, okay, you shoot a lot of explosive arrows and stuff like that.
Like arrows with a like a boxing glove on it. It's like that wouldn't fly in Gotham
It's-
City, Chicago.
it's too ridiculous. No, thank you.
No,
Like
yeah,
it's like
ridiculous.
Mr. Freeze comes to town and he just like freezes to death because that wouldn't actually ever work.
Yeah, he just dies of hypothermia. Like,
Yeah, like-
no.
I gotta get back into my superhero stuff. I've been too much into that Assassin's Creed that
Yeah.
I haven't watched Supergirl or The Flash
You got to get on it.
this past week.
What is Barry up to? Is he gonna fix the time?
Uh,
Winning.
How fast is he
He's
going?
running hella fast,
He's running hella fast. Confirmed.
faster than before.
Faster than
Hella
before. Wow,
fast.
that's so fast. Like that's incredible.
Yeah,
I've never watched The
You
Flash.
thought he was fast before, dude.
He's
Bastard.
so fast, dude.
He's just hella fast.
The Flash, hella fast on the CW.
Justice League. Apparently, according to the like the reviewers, whatever, people are saying that The Flash is like the best part of the movie.
Dang.
I hope
So
There's also a lot of Aquaman love, which I predicted
yeah,
because he looked
Mhm.
dope. I was like, this is perfect casting.
He does.
People doubted me, but people are liking him. I hope Justice League's good. By the time this is out, Justice League will be tomorrow night.
Yep.
Go see it if you can. I'm gonna try to. Don't know yet.
Come on.
I just want like a 7 out of 10. That's where my expectations are. If it can hop over them,
That's the-
great. If they don't, I'm not gonna be too mad about it.
7 is respectable. Like that means we're getting more DC movies,
Yeah.
right?
I mean,
I feel like a 6 would be like
all right,
you
Flashpoint.
might
Flashpoint
get
time. We're gonna Flashpoint this.
it's time for a reboot.
fucked
Yeah.
that up too somehow.
Yeah, fuck that O2. It's like, all right, we can't even Flashpoint it now. We fucked it up so bad. Like,
Yeah.
But we're
just don't
just-
make movies at this
it's like,
point.
all right, so you do Flashpoint, but just keep Gal Gadot and Ben Affleck. Just or
Yeah.
or just
That's
like
all you
fire
need.
all the writers. I want Henry Cavill too. Actually, you can keep most of the actors. Get rid of Cyborg, and then just
Yeah.
focus on making good movies. That's all. It's not hard. We had a whole episode on how to fix the DCEU that you can go back to listen to. I can't remember what episode it was exactly.
Yeah. We don't want this tangent again.
Anyway, we can probably move on.
Nah.
We can,
I hope Justice League's good. All right, so
please.
Micah, what's your topic?
So mine is Android versus iPhone. So I'm specifically like kind of talking about that new ad Samsung put
Takes.
out. Takes. So Samsung, they put out this ad. I think a lot of you saw it already.
Yep.
But it was this guy pretty much growing up with iPhones. Like, oh, it starts out with the original iPhone, and he's like taking a picture or something, and he's like, oh, it runs out of storage, which is a common occurrence with iPhones.
And any phone, like that's kind of
Yeah.
it was funny though.
It was funny. Like the whole time, it was pretty much just pointing out like flaws of the iPhone, and then like proving like, oh, the Samsung can do wireless charging, but oh, the iPhone can't do that. And then like, oh, and there's this one part where, well, it's pretty much like almost like a love story and whatnot. Like he's talking to this girl in the beginning, like, oh, guess what? I just got the new iPhone or whatever.
Hi, you
And then-
fucking nerd. I can
Yeah.
survive, I can survive getting thrown in the river.
Yeah. But you can't, And then at the end of it, ends up writing out a text to this girl like, oh, guess what I got? It's kind of a callback to the original, but instead he has a Galaxy S8
Yeah.
or whatever. And then the part that stood out to me the most was when he had the S8 and he was walking by and this guy next to a iPhone X ad or iPhone 10 ad, and he had the fuck's hair the iPhone 10 does. Oh man, that guy was fucking laughing.
It's exactly until you said it. I was like, oh, the notch.
Yeah, it was just a smart to me, but in the end, I guess it's like, which do you prefer, like, Android? Why? And keep with whatever you have, or are you gonna switch over? I'm just curious.
Brand loyalty.
Well, by saying I'll never
Mhm.
I absolutely hate the UI. Just doesn't. I hate it. It's ugly. Um, uh,
On which one? It kind of cut
It
out.
was Right.
on the Android UI.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
gotcha.
it's not
Yeah.
pretty.
I almost bought back in the day before I had any smartphone. I was looking at like the HTC whatever
Mhm.
and the iPhone 4, and HTC one, not to be
Mhm.
confused with HTC One, which
Mhm.
I don't
That
know,
is
it doesn't
confused.
look
That is
like
confusing.
It's probably a thing.
that. I almost got that phone, but they didn't come in white. They didn't have the white one in the store, so I was like, all right, I'll just get an iPhone since they had white ones, and I've been an iPhone boy ever since, and I loved it.
So you're all about that
iPhone.
aesthetic rather than function.
Yeah, it does a lot. It does everything I need.
I imagine. Yeah, I've been kind of the opposite where I've just always been with Android phones, so that's just kind of what I stick with. I've just never had a positive Apple experience with Mac or just just watching iPhones. It's just like I don't know. I'm not really motivated, and also just the price leap. Like people are going out to
Yeah.
spend $1,000 on the iPhone X or whatever. I'm just like that's insane to me. But good for you guys if that's really what you want. You want it's obviously super powerful and it's probably a great machine, but just not motivated to make the switch.
Oh man.
I like all
Yeah,
my
no, I'm
stuff being
still rocking the
compatible.
6S.
Yep.
Was that the so how long ago did that come out?
2015.
2015.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm rocking the 6S also, and that's the last iPhone with the headphone jack.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I have the 6S as well.
You
Yeah.
gotta ride that train. Yeah. Also, just all the stupid stuff like that. It's like they're trying to innovate, but it's like no, that's stupid.
Yeah,
Keep a
I
headphone
mean,
jack.
I do have a big problem with them taking away the headphone jack. Like, why are you
Yeah.
taking away a piece of technology that everyone
So
uses?
simple.
They want you
Yeah.
to use their proprietary stuff.
Yeah, and like the really shitty thing is the like Bluetooth and shit. Like it uses so much battery.
Mm-hmm.
It uses battery and you lose a lot of quality.
But then you can also get like I'm sure they have like a battery extension or whatever BS.
Yeah,
They
probably.
do.
It's all a plan. It's all a plan to get you to buy other stuff for it.
Yeah. It's a big plan for you to buy a bunch of dongles and buy a battery case for it. That's like $150 or
Then
whatever.
you just have a
it
bag
is.
just full of dongles.
Yep.
Just pull them out.
It's the dongle phone, 2017. You're gonna buy it.
So I guess for me, I'm sticking with Apple for now. I'm not saying no to Android, but for now I'm sticking with Apple. Just because the iPod was revolutionary, and so once you had, it's like the same setup more or less. So since I had an iPod,
Mm-hmm.
and then like the iPod Touch, first gen and second gen, I was like already in the ecosystem. So eventually, when I was able to get the smartphone, it was just a natural thing. Plus, everyone else in my family had it, so like the whole iMessage group chat thing, it's really nice. And since I'm local
Yes.
to Cupertino, there's like a lot of people that use iPhone here specifically because it's like local.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, that marketing thing was brilliant. It reminded me of the Sony trolling Xbox, like the whole like
Oh yeah.
this is how you share a game.
Just hand it over.
That
Like,
will forever go down in history as just one of the most amazing just fuck yous to another company ever.
Yeah.
It's like
easily.
we just have just crushed you, and we're just gonna just add insult to injury at this point. Like it's so
Mhm.
good.
And regarding the price point of the iPhone 10, aren't all like the good Samsung ones, like the newest ones, aren't they all around, like $1,000 as well?
Yeah, no, the price difference has been kind of the gap has been shortened. Definitely.
Yeah,
Okay.
because those S8s.
I'm not too familiar, but I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the S8s
the price
are,
is more or less the same, I think.
Yeah, or at least really close. Like I think at least maybe like $700, which is still a lot of fucking money for a
Oh yeah, the
smartphone.
iPhone 6s was like 750. It's like something stupid.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm perfectly happy with my iPhone 6s. It records in 4K and in like 2015 and a really good phone. And hopefully I'll be able to have this for a long time. I just don't know what I'm gonna do for my next phone. What I was saying a little while ago is like, oh, success, just because I need that headphone jack and I don't want to switch to Android.
Yeah.
The grass
But
isn't always greener,
maybe I will switch. No,
but we have
Which
headphone jacks
will-
over here. Join the
Does
dark side. We have
Samsung
headphone
still
jacks.
have the headphone jack?
It has to, right? I believe so. They'd be kind of crazy not to do it.
Okay.
Yeah,
For all the shit
making
they
fun of
talk
it.
about Apple, like they better have a headphone jack. at
Yeah,
least.
because I know
Yeah.
it doesn't have a headphone jack. The Google
Oh, well, there
Pixel
you
2,
go.
Yeah, They're-
but the Samsung ones, I'm not sure.
I have a feeling Samsung will end up following that trend because everyone follows the Apple trend. Apparently,
Unfortunately,
yeah, like it's just gonna keep on happening. But yeah, I don't see myself spending $1,000 on a new phone. I
Oh
mean,
no.
like the two.
I don't even use my phone for anything besides like sending memes and gifs. Like
Yeah.
I'm taking photos. I literally
Yeah.
I don't use any app really besides the social media ones.
Same.
I don't play any games,
Uh-huh.
and I don't do anything like crazy, right? So
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Like the only people that play games on their iPhones are like little kids or retired people.
casuals.
Yeah, the casual gamers out there, if you will.
Shout out to the Go series,
That's true.
Deus Ex, Hitman, and Lara Croft.
But guess what? Those are also on a real platform, the PlayStation Vita. Vita
Yep.
lives.
The real man's console, the real man's portable, and Vita means life. So
It does.
get on that train.
You need to say that every time the Vita comes up.
Do I?
Vita means life, even though it's dead.
So ironic.
Even though it's 6 feet underground, it's still alive in our hearts.
It's alive to me, damn it. But yeah, iPhones. Yeah, I just see myself sticking with it. It does everything I need it to, like Max was saying. Like pretty much all I use it for is social media, talking to you guys, listen to
Yeah, right.
listening to music, listening to podcasts, watching YouTube, and that's all I needed to do. I don't need anything crazy. I don't need it to recognize my face and unlock.
Definitely don't need that.
No, I do not.
Most definitely not.
I love
And-
the fingerprint stuff.
I can't even stand the fingerprint thing.
Oh, I love
'Cause
that.
It doesn't work for me most of the time because most of the time my hands are dirty from work, and it doesn't work. And then my fingertips are so fucking calloused that it does not want to accept it. It's like, oh, you don't have fingerprints.
So
It's basically telling me that.
Is this even a finger anymore, dude? Like, what's going on?
But you'll always have a face.
I will always have a face.
I mean,
that's
a
true.
really good argument for the face scanner, honestly. You'll just put that. You may
Always have a face.
you might you might lose your fingers in a horrible accident, but you'll always have a face.
The next the next iPhone ad should be, people without arms trying to or without hands or something, trying to
That's
this
terrible.
is their phone. And
It's like-
like
Fingerprint
trying to
not
use their
working.
Samsung phone. Yeah.
That'd be so. That should be a South Park thing too. That'd be
Yes.
so funny. Oh my gosh.
But why would you own a phone if you don't have hands?
That's why it would be so funny.
Because you have ears.
just like trying to open it with your nose, just like pecking it.
I mean, yeah, I can kind of see that. That'd be super annoying for texting anyone.
But that's why they made the face scanner, and Siri.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's
say you could
true.
just
Do those
speak
voice
to it.
commands.
The OK Google thing.
Yeah, okay, Google.
Sure.
We don't have anything as good as Siri, except I'm a little scared about Siri. She seems a little suspicious
Yeah.
sometimes.
She does.
She's in for the
You
long
can ask-
con.
She has a
Yeah.
bit of an attitude.
Yeah, she's a little
does.
snarky.
I remember one time my aunt asked Siri, "Oh, where's the nearest camera store?" And then Siri said, "Oh, you have a perfectly good camera."
Damn, what the fuck?
Yeah, it said some shit similar to that.
That's
It's like,
awesome.
fuck, okay, that's a little weird. But and then I think you can ask her something about the NSA, and then she won't really say anything.
It's like, don't worry about it. If you know it's
Yeah.
good for you.
But yeah, and then you can also ask Siri where to bury a dead body, and it'll direct you to the nearest cemetery.
That's awesome. Just like, well,
That's actually really helpful.
It is.
I just found this dead body. Like, what do I do with it, Siri? It's like, well,
Here's the
cemetery,
cemetery.
6 miles away.
But I heard that like Siri, like when it first came out, like it was like off the rails. Like you could ask it anything. Like if you asked it like how do I dispose of a body, it would give you like step by step like details on like how to dispose of it. Like I'm pretty sure that was a thing.
They had to lock it down. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
Siri
like,
is too
okay.
much
Now it
control.
just sends you to Google.
Yeah.
Okay,
But-
Google, just cut out the middleman.
Where do I find the acid to burn this body?
Siri
Well-
can't help you, but Google can. Let me
No.
direct you over here.
That's like a selling point.
Yeah,
We'll tell you how to dispose of a body, but Apple won't.
put that
Jesus.
for the Chrome phone or whatever, the Google phones. It's like, we'll tell you
Pixel.
anything. Yeah, Pixel. Thank you.
We'll tell you anything.
And like, I wish Cortana caught on, but that didn't seem to happen. It's like, if it actually had her voice,
It
like that would be the coolest thing. It
sucks.
sucks. It's really bad. If it like actually had her voice, like I wouldn't even care if it sucked. I'd still use it all the time.
Are the Windows phones even out there anymore? Like,
I don't know.
They're still making,
There's still,
but it's on the laptop too.
yeah,
Hmm.
it's on Windows 10. I think just any Windows 10 system.
Yeah, yeah.
jeez. So Windows 10 does not seem like a good platform for a phone.
No, no, not for a phone. It kind of
Like-
it kind of like helps like have parity between your computer and your phone, but like I don't need that.
No, I want my phone to be a phone and my computer to be a computer. That's all there is to it.
But it's nice when Apple does it.
Yeah.
But when Apple does it, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm jealous of iPhone cameras. It's like
Yeah.
we just don't get that except for on like the super expensive ones.
No. Yeah. Pretty much all of the iPhone cameras have been super stellar.
Got
Like,
that
there's-
Retina display that they always talk about.
Mhm.
Ooh, so sweet.
And then
Yay,
fun.
something I don't use.
Yeah,
You don't use the display?
Everyone's using this.
that's what leaves it a little
Ah.
difficult. You just like close your eyes, just like I know where everything's at. I don't need to look at it.
Yeah,
I know where my meme folder is.
Yep.
basically.
Any
Can blind people?
you can blind what?
Can blind people use their phones?
Oh, can
Or-
blind? I thought you said
Yeah,
you.
haven't
I
you
thought you
seen
said you
Daredevil?
can blind people. I was like,
Oh.
what?
I'm sure you can blind people with your phone too.
Is
Those
that
Yeah.
lights are
bl-
bright as
blind
hell.
people app?
Yeah. It just goes full disco mode.
The seizure,
Pulls out a strobe light. Strobe light.
like that one Pokemon episode that they banned because it gave people
Yep.
seizures. It's like just dropping to the floor. Any final thoughts on the modern console war, the Android versus the iPhone?
Buy whatever you want.
Yep, you
Yep,
do you.
it's your
Don't let
money.
anyone else tell you differently. Just
Yeah.
it's a
Don't
freaking phone. At the
don't-
end of the day, it does the same shit.
Exactly.
don't fight people over it. It's petty and stupid.
It's
Yeah,
a piece
don't
of
do that.
plastic.
Don't be that person that's like, oh, iPhone.
Or-
Look at what Android can do.
Or the
Or the other
iPhone,
way.
yeah, the iPhone people that are like, oh, we're up in our fucking ivory tower. Like, if
Yeah.
you have an Android, you're a fucking Android peasant. It's like I feel like PC gamers and Apple people would get together, except you can't play games on a Mac very well, so maybe not. They're two different elitist factions,
But I feel like there's some crossover.
Cut from the
there.
same cloth.
cut from the same cloth. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Like,
mean,
there's a
I
lo-
mean the minority of annoying people. I'm not saying everyone's like this, of course. Disclaimer.
I've just seen a few too many.
Yeah,
In
no,
person.
it's way too prevalent. Yeah, in person especially
It
even more than like I have never seen a PC gamer elitist outside of my own friend group, like just in the wild. But like I've
That's
seen
true.
many Apple. It's like it's that shit bothers me. I know I've said this on the show before, but yeah, like I've seen a lot of people like, oh, do you have an Android? Like, what is like? You could have an iPhone. I'm like, yeah, I know I could have an iPhone, but I'm perfectly content with what I have here.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on.
Let's do
Final
that.
thoughts. iMessage is great. Don't hit me with those green texts. What the fuck?
I mean, I don't know what any of this means, or I would definitely avoid doing that for your sake. I just worry
But-
that our group chat is green. So does that also trigger you?
That's true. There's lots
No,
of green
no.
going on
Like other chat apps, other messaging apps are fine, but if you text me straight up and I see the green on there, I'm gonna be upset.
Just not
there.
even
What
pay
if you
attention
own
to
a
it.
What if you own a phone that's not an iPhone and then they text you? Will you not text back? Or how does that work? Eli.
For me,
Yeah. Does that
uh,
bother you?
I don't know. I'll never run into that situation. So.
Really? So everyone you text owns an iPhone. Is what you're saying.
Oh no. Oh, okay. I didn't understand the question. Yeah. No, definitely people text me that don't own iPhones, and it pops up green. Or
Uh-huh.
when I send it, it's green, and it's like,
Uh-huh.
oh,
It bothers you.
is it gonna get this? To be honest, like,
Is it just
I don't
really?
even know.
Is it just really gaudy to look at? Like it's just not pleasant. Like is
Mhm.
it just really?
Yeah, it's an ugly green. They did that on purpose. They made it like this disgusting. Like,
They're helping.
oh,
They're helping
shit.
the elitists. It's like those green message fucking assholes.
What really irks me is when people they only use iMessage exclusively, like because there's some times where you can't send an iMessage because your internet isn't good enough, so you just end up sending a normal green text. But like people,
Yeah.
they're like, no, I'm not gonna send a green text. I'm gonna wait till I have Wi-Fi or
It's not worthy.
my service. Yeah, or
Not
my service.
worthy.
You're not worthy. But yeah, I don't know. It's whatever. It's just
I've run into that a few times. Like,
yeah. hmm Or like people don't know how to use it. Like my aunt specifically, she won't even know how to send a normal text, which annoys the hell out of me. Is everyone's there? Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, iPhones versus Android.
You do you.
Yep.
It's time.
Go spend your dollars.
Go spend your dollars. It's time for I Recommend, where one of us recommends to the group something for the others to check out. It can be anything. And last time, Max recommended to us a little album called Gone from the Nashville-born rock band Red. How did you guys like it? I am now a fan. I really enjoyed this. I'm going to go
Me
back to
too.
the whole discography.
I
Yeah.
told you Red is good.
It's good.
Didn't believe me.
And you
It
said
would
like,
take you a long time
it took me-
to.
I didn't. No, I believed you. I just forgot. I swear.
Aha.
I swear. I believed you. We have compatible music taste, and I'm really enjoying this, and I'm glad you brought it up. And you even said this one is like poppier, and there's like still some heavy stuff in here, so I'm really down.
Yeah, if you go back to their very first two albums, it's straight up just heavy music. It's
Sweet.
not slow songs.
I'm down. I'm down.
Yeah. Today I was listening to it while playing Resident Evil, and it was against one of the bosses, and I just thought the music was so fitting. Just hardcore music going on in the background while I'm shooting some dude's eyes. Like it just fits so perfectly. And yeah, I really dig their music, and I'll go back and check out their whole discography now. Like they're a good time. I will definitely download all their albums on Spotify and listen to them while going to work.
Yeah, they have really nice lyrics. I like their lyrics a lot.
Yeah, and their lyric, like just on top of it, like the good sound, like their lyrics are good too. Like that's what I always
Yeah.
like.
And like Max and I were talking about them earlier, and he was saying how it's kind of like open to interpretation, their lyrics. Like it can be about like Jesus and whatnot because they're a Christian band, but it can also be about like morals and all that, which I find really nice because I can't really stand Christian music, especially stuff on the radio.
Oh yeah,
So
no,
this is kind of like
this is like
Like very cookie cutter Christian
Yeah.
music. Like yeah.
yeah.
like this is nice. Like you don't have to be Christian to appreciate this music. So which
There's
is
like
nice.
3 main Christian rock bands like this. So there's Red, there's Skillet, and there's the 1,000 Foot Crutch,
Oh yeah.
and they're all like this similar hard rock style
Mm-hmm.
that I listen to a lot.
I love Skillet, but I have not heard of the third one. I'll have to give them a listen to.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
like rooted in Christian themes.
How about you, Eli? Did you get a chance to listen to it at all?
Yeah, I listened to a few songs. I gotta be honest, like, it's not my type of music that I would normally listen to. It's not bad or anything. That's not what I listen to.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
But I definitely got like the Christian rock like vibes from it.
What songs did you listen to? Did you listen to the newest one or?
I listened to Gone.
Okay, yeah.
Let's see. Let me go through my or I just started playing.
It's a hard word. Discography.
It's a hard word to say.
So, Still Alive is the one that I remember the most.
Mm-hmm.
I think that one was pretty like it was. How do I explain it? Like, I feel like I got the most out of it. Like I could understand the most and like pick out like certain things out of it the most. And that's the one where I was like, okay, I get it. Yeah, this band definitely came out of like Christian rock roots.
Yeah.
And it sounded like there were parts of it that sounded very Christian rock, but also like hard rock, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was the lyrics. Maybe it was just the way.
Yeah,
like
the lyrics
singer
are.
sounds.
There's like double meanings to the lyrics. I like them a lot.
Yeah. I really like whenever I listen to music. Lyrics really are things that I really pay attention to. So, it was pretty cool that like. Yeah, the lyrics in this are pretty cool. Like when I could understand it, and I mean, not that he's hard to understand or anything, but like sometimes I get lost in the music.
Nice.
Music's
good. It's hard to talk about still, but I definitely like
It
being
is.
exposed to stuff that I normally probably would not listen to or discover myself. So I really appreciate it when we do musical recommendations. Any final thoughts on Red besides that? It's either not for you or we're gonna listen to the rest of it. No? All right. You had your shot.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Yep.
This week, Micah is going to take us home. Micah is going to take us home.
I'm going to recommend Westworld. And I'm not going to recommend the whole show. It's to go and watch 10 hours of TV the whole week. Even though that's pretty reasonable for people nowadays, but
Battlefront's coming
beyond
out. I don't have
impressive.
time for that. I got a review to write.
I'm gonna say this episode and tell me what you think.
Got it.
It is one of my like I easily watched that whole show in like a couple days. And you guys can go out and get like a subscription of HBO. You can do a free trial.
Go.
And that'd be enough
now.
time.
Is it now or go?
Yeah. It's
now.
I think it's now.
Yeah, it's now.
Yeah, it's now.
I got him so confused for a while.
But yeah, it's directed by Christopher Nolan's brother, Jonathan Nolan. So you can definitely feel the Nolanness in that whole show.
The
like
Nolanness.
Yep. Because
did he write them all as well?
Yeah, he wrote them, or
Okay.
a good amount of them, and I don't think Christopher Nolan's involved at all.
Probably not.
But even though Jonathan Nolan was also involved in The Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises and all that, but yeah, it's a really good show. It definitely fucks your head. It's a real mind turner. Like anyways, in that show, it's basically like Disneyland for adults, and it's in the like Western. Like we were talking about Red Dead earlier. Like just imagine Red Dead, and you can go there and you can do whatever you want. Like, and it costs $40,000 a day.
That sounds awesome. I've always wanted to get in the show and I just haven't because I have so many
Mhm.
shows that I need to watch.
But
Yeah,
it-
yeah.
There's so much content
There's
everywhere.
so much content everywhere. That's impossible.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
but I say this is a standout. Like, this is above.
This is a must. Doesn't the second season come out begin soon too
No,
on TV?
I think it comes out next year or the year after that.
I thought they had some kind of issue with production that it kind of got delayed.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh okay.
Don't quote me on that.
thought
I
it-
just read about it.
But
Okay.
it's only
Wow.
10 episodes long, but I wish there was more. I was like, after the 10th episode, I was like, I want more, please. But it's such a good story, and you just have that realization of, well, like, I don't want to spoil it too much, but it's basically involving like robots who are stuck in this world, and like they're slowly like realizing like, oh fuck, this isn't real. But that's as much I'll give away.
Is it like a simulation? Is it like the Matrix?
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
Okay.
it has heavy Matrix vibes in it,
I'm very much down.
which
Everything
is
about
good.
this sounds cool.
Yeah. So go and check it out. It has Ed Harris in it and Anthony Hopkins.
It has Anthony Hopkins
It's
in
a
it. I
good
didn't know
fucking
that.
time.
Holy crap!
Yep.
Definitely
Yeah.
gonna give this a
Forget-
watch.
Go check it out.
Marsden, Cyclops for all you ex.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Okay,
He's a main character in that, and he does a good job.
very cool.
So
His
go
Cyclops
and
is
watch it.
is probably my least favorite thing that he's ever done.
Dave.
Surprisingly, I was not a fan. He
Mhm.
because I'm a
he
bit
was an
like
asshole.
Cyclops is like my favorite X-Men character, and then I just thought I
Yes.
thought those movies just like really fucked him up.
They've turned him into a bitch.
They turned him into a little bitch, and
did.
Cyclops is not a little bitch. So
And it, yep.
so
in
anyway,
this show, he is kind of a bitch at times, but he's also a good character. So
Good. Yeah, like
go check him out.
new characters, I don't care if they're little bitches because that's just their character. But don't mess up
Yeah.
Cyclops, Bryan
Yeah.
Singer,
How
David
dare you.
Hayter. All right, so
David Hayter.
go check out episode 1 of Westworld
He
on
wrote it.
HBO now. He did write it, 1 and 2.
Yep, he did.
Still cool. Go check it out, Westworld. And this has been episode 16 of Gridlife Digest. Thank you so much for listening. You can head over to gridlifedigest.com to see everything we post. And it's really late. And consider subscribing on iTunes, Google Play, and YouTube so you never miss a topic. We'll be back next Wednesday with another conversation. Look out for my Star Wars Battlefront 2 review. I forgot to mention that earlier. I'm going to have it out by
Oh,
Friday,
yeah.
hopefully, on launch day, so you can get those impressions. I'm ready to tear it apart if need be. This was a really good one, guys. We went places that I didn't expect. Thanks for joining me, as always, and see you next week.
Thank you.